I just love the production.
Hi, I love it. Oh, that is so over the top technical.
Well, hello, everybody. It's Don and Angie, and we are here. Sorry, running late tonight. It is totally my fault. I take total responsibility, but we're fired up and ready. So let us know if you got some
Ready,
questions,
ready, ready.
and we are
Keena
going
is
to take
manning
them
the
as they come.
chat.
And I'm
And
going to
what
check to
Keena
make sure.
say? You not getting on the list till she see a question from you. If you ask, can I be on the list? That doesn't put you on the list. Type your question, then she pins your question, and that puts you on the list. So pin
Absolutely.
your question.
Absolutely. And
Good
looks like we are
morning.
live.
Hi, there's another Angie who said good morning. So good morning, other Angie.
And Angie says, general reading for the coming months. She's already on
Right.
top of it.
Hey, Crystal.
Hey, Crystal. Hey, GP.
Hey, GP.
S.
Hi,
Marie.
Marie.
Oh, S. Marie is from last night, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Nice. Hey, Brenda.
Listen, if you guys missed class last night, you missed a powerful night. It was so much energy in there. It was short circuited everything. We had a good time last night. A very good time.
Hey, hello, Lori Monte. Yes, we'll give you a love reading, Lori. Kina will add you to the list. Hello, England, Navalas, and good morning to you too. We're here. It's afternoon. Here it's evening. So, but where you are, maybe morning. If that's the case, that's good. But yeah, we're here. It's evening
Hi,
here.
Divine Goddess. She said, rest of the year, any blessing is coming.
Hey, Terry T. Nice to see you in. Nice to see you. It's been a while, Terry T.
Oh my gosh, he all big time, got all that money flowing in. We ain't seen him in a while. He's so busy, busy, busy.
Yeah,
But
he passed
welcome
that
back.
test. He
We're
didn't need
all,
us anymore.
you know what I'm saying? After he passed the test, gave us sent all that energy. We don't get to see him no more. Now he back talking about,
Exactly.
hey,
I
you
felt
guys.
deserted. I feel I felt deserted here, Terry.
Exactly.
It's like, Lord have mercy. Like one of my kids, you grow up and you leave the nest and you don't call. You don't call. I do the
Exactly.
Jewish mother thing. You don't call. You don't write. I'm sitting in the dark. I don't know. Who knew from Adam? I don't know already. Give me a call. Does it cost you anything? I don't know.
Oh my gosh, you're so good at that.
Hey, Divine Goddess, nice to see you in. That's not our Divine Goddess, but you're still Divine Goddess. We're good with that.
Oh,
John,
I was looking at that like, wait, I think our both of our divine goddess have different variations of that.
exactly. Ours is natural divine, whatever. Yeah. And
Yes.
then there's the John Bill Clinton Smith. Damn, could you choose a longer name? Lord have mercy,
All
John.
right now, we know your government name.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Is that like John Doe, Bill
Hello,
Clinton Smith?
Julie.
Wow. Yes. Divine Goddess added you. Super, super, super. Terry T says, Low Don and Miss Angie, y'all always on my notifications.
All
Well, good.
right.
Anjashuri, welcome in.
That Anju is a very popular prefix.
It is. There's like
And
4 or 5.
at work, a lot we work with a lot of people from India and they always call me Anju.
Is it like a term of endearment or something? Is that what it is then? I don't
No,
know.
my full name is Anjuwana, so it's spelled Anjuwa, and so they always shorten it to Anju. And so all my emails be like, "Hi, Anju." Although I always put Angie at the bottom, they always put Anju.
We'll have to get you a sari, Angie, so you have a sari to wear. Those things are so beautiful. The colors on those saris sometimes are so amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Terry T says, Lol, Don and Miss Angie, I'm planning to visit home around February. Just want to know if it's all right or no delays or flight cancellations due to COVID restrictions or the like. We'll add you to the list, Terry. You're definitely on the list. And GP says, can you tell me what's coming up for the next 6 months? We can. Well, Spirit can tell you. We'll just relate it to you. How's that? That'll work. Well, so let's see who's up first, Angie. I guess Kina is a better person to ask the question. Kina, who do we got first?
Like, let me already, because I'm reading these questions like, Lord, y'all.
I was just thinking the same thing.
Lord, help the children.
It's like wave over this.
Look, let me like this Palo Santo and get some You know what? I don't know where the lighter thing is, so I guess I'm not doing that either.
I got my green quartz here today too, which is good for energy. Hey, Elizabeth Kuntz, nice to see you in. Hopefully you're feeling well today.
Elizabeth, hope you're not freezing all the way over there on the East Coast.
Look at this green quartz.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, it was $2 at the Gem World, and it's a large piece. It was amazing. So when I saw it, I called Shauna and I said, Shauna, what does green quartz do? And she's told me, and I'm like, oh no, I need that. That's good. I'm liking that for $2 a piece. Hell yeah. So who is it? A first reading? Oh, Angie's our first reading. General reading for coming months. Angie, reading Angie.
It feels a little funny, but okay. And just so you all know, I'm not reading myself. Remember the last time we had somebody named Angie and they thought we were reading each other?
Yes.
This is not me. This is a different Angie that we're reading. So let me see what we're saying.
47 degrees in West Virginia. Jesus criminy.
That's what it is in the morning, Elizabeth, when you all be telling me, oh, that's hoodie weather. No, that's skull cap, gloves, and scarf weather. That's cold. Okay, Miss Angie. So immediately when I asked, I heard stay cool as a cucumber or stay calm. And then I get anxiety. I feel like bubbling up of anxiety, like you're overwhelmed by emotion or you're overwhelmed by a decision or a situation. So I get a lot of anxiety and bubbling up, like I have to make the decision. I have to make this decision. And then they show me the Two of Swords in my head, but in my head, it's like this, it's shaking. That's how much anxiety it is. That's how much anticipation, or that's how much this decision you have to make is bothering you. This is how the card is being shown to me. This isn't the card, but that's how it's appearing to me. Like it's shaky, even as they show it to me. And I know it's the Two of Pentacles. So for me, Two of Pentacles is balancing your resources. So that may be balancing your time, your money, your work day, like, you know, how you do your resources, all of the things that will be available to you as a resource. Maybe you need to do something about balancing that. But then they also showed me the Two of Swords, where you're in your head thinking over and over and over, mulling over this question over and over, whatever it is that you need to decide. And they're saying, just stay calm, stay cool. Everything will work out as it's supposed to. Like, I feel like you were given an outcome of something that's supposed to happen. And you're like, when is it going to happen? When is this going to happen? It feels like they're showing me a pen and paper. So it feels like maybe you're signing a loan document or you're signing some kind of document and you're just waiting on it. Like, when is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? And so the decision is somewhat which offer you're going to take, or if you're going to take the offer that's being offered to you. But there's some decision that you need to make and you're very, very anxious about it. And they're saying, just calm down a little bit and just let it, kind of roll through. Don't be so anxious about it. And then the answers that you need will come, or just give it time. The time will let it, kind of fall out, and then you'll be able to make the decision. So that's what I got.
Super. It's interesting. Angie, I keep looking at you, Angie, and I call Angie. I'm saying, I'm like, wait a minute, this is kind of weird. The Angie we're reading. The Angie we're reading. It's interesting. You have this card, which is quite interesting. When you see this, it's like you feel sometimes like you're not present. You're kind of looking from the outside in. It's kind of like you I just get the feeling like, again, this somehow you're kind of feel like you're on the outside looking in, watching your life and feeling like you don't have control over it. And there's an issue again where you feel like you're on autopilot, or you're just not. I just don't feel like you are again, you're not in control. You're not taking control. You're letting things happen to you, and you need to start taking control a little more. You have to control your life. You have to determine what's good for you and how it's going to happen. So again, take control. Start taking control and making sure that you understand where you're going and what's coming toward you. I love this because look at this. Again, this is you. This can be you. This can be you looking at where you want to go, what you want to do in your future. You can create the future you want in that bowl. By looking in that bowl, you can make it happen. The butterfly on your forehead says all things are possible. Beauty is there. Above you is that moon or whatever shape, those kind of things. When you see those, again, it's telling you so much that, again, it's within you to be able to take control of what it is you do and don't want to do. So what I'm telling you is don't let the life take control of you. Take control of your life and see what changes you can bring. That's kind of the energy I'm getting. Hopefully that works with you. Let's see. Who is, hopefully it helps you. Hopefully it resonates with you. Hey, Tammy Deal. Nice. She said, how's our favorite Santa? Your favorite Santa is fine. Let's see. Lotus, welcome in Lotus Siren. Welcome in Erie IC. Let's see, who else did we miss while we were talking? Penjit, welcome in. And Bill Clinton, John Bill Clinton Smith, you know who he is, right, Angie?
Our favorite guy.
Peter Parker,
Mike Dwyer.
What's the other name? There's three names that tend to pop up. This is the same guy. Welcome in again, as usual, with your little...
for Angie, because she said taking control, the key or the thing that they wanted me to make sure you understood is to relax. You're too anxious about the decision, and so you're overthinking it, and you're causing yourself an enormous amount of stress that you don't need to take on. Relax. Whatever decision is going to happen, it's going to take time. So just be just relax about it. But I do get that you're signing a document. You didn't say yes or no whether that was true, but I feel like you're waiting on a decision to sign a document or something, or for a final decision on something that you have to agree to the terms and conditions on what the document is. But I am getting that it'll work out in your favor, because now they're showing me the Wheel of Fortune, and they're saying as long as you have put out good karma, what should come back to you as the wheel is now turning in your favor should be good karma also. So the decision will be beneficial for you, as long as you aren't too anxious and rush it.
Okay. Angie, can we jump? If you don't mind, can we jump the list one time? Because Lotus Siren really is popping out at me, and I remember she said I was told a few weeks ago about I'd passed the Series 7 and 6. Remember we had that conversation, and she says she's struggling with the material, and are these messages from my spirit regarding my job, etc. I think there's a lot of anxiety there, and I felt the anxiety come through when I read the question, and when her name popped up, it just kind of sprung to me. And so, are you picking anything else up additionally that they need to know, or are we? I think. What are you thinking there? I'll put it that way.
I do get that she's overthinking it. She just needs to take a new approach with it. She thinks that, like, it feels like to me, the way that they're showing it to me is the way people try to learn tarot cards. They try to memorize every single term that would be associated with the 10 of Cups. So I got to memorize every single word. It means family. It means relationship. It means wish fulfillment. They're trying to memorize every word. And the thing is, what she needs to do is to understand maybe the situation, or analyze the whole, like, not memorize the terms, but maybe understand what situation will call for you to pull up this rule or this key thing or whatever it is. Your approach to it is that you're trying to memorize instead of understand and analyze the information. So if I ask you a question about whatever, blah, 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 you should be able to, from the knowledge base in your head, answer my question. And I feel like you're trying to memorize it. And so the way they're showing it to me is you're just trying to stuff a whole bunch of stuff inside something, but you're putting in duplicate information, because you don't need to know more. You need to understand how to pull it apart and know when to use the information. So you just need a different approach on how you're studying it, is how I got it.
Yeah. No, I'm the same way. I think you've got it. I think that you are unnecessarily worrying about it. And it's kind of good though, because sometimes when you worry, sometimes when you let that fester inside you, especially when you take a test, it really does. It's a motivator for you. It's a pusher, and it does help you to continue to prepare, which is what you need to do. I think that, again, it's healthy to have that anxiety and that worry. But in this case, I also believe you have the material that you need. You have the knowledge you will need, and you will do well. Again, but it's always good to have a little bit of nervousness, because again, I always found out if I'm too cocky about a test, I usually don't do as well. It's usually when I'm really worried and thinking, did I get that right? Did I get it right? And it's like, yeah, it was right. So again, it's good to have that worry, but also understand in the back of your head, you know what you need to know, and you're going to do what you need to do.
Again, for me, it's always being able to break the information down into parts where I can say, okay, well, if somebody came and asked me about this, like, so say if I was studying for medical things, I would probably like look at situations on TV and be like, oh, okay, well, if this person got stabbed, this is how I would do it. Boom, boom, boom. So do I know procedurally how to deal with a stab wound? If somebody got this, do I know how to revive somebody, how to put a trachea? So I would do it like that. Procedurally, do I know how to do this? So I don't know what that test is. So that's what I would do. If this situation was to arise, how would I approach it based on the knowledge that I have in this situation? Sometimes rote memorization just doesn't work. Like memorizing every single term doesn't work because you want to be perfect. And I feel like she's wanting to know it perfectly, like memorize. That would be like me trying to memorize this whole question and get it word for word exactly the way she said it. I can't. The best I can do is summarize it to know that I have an understanding of the material. And that's what she needs to know about the understanding of the question. I mean, of the material. And then she says, does Eric from work like me? I get yes, but I don't think it's a romantic like. I think it's just kind of like, you're a cool person to hang out with. I don't necessarily get a romantic connection. I can do the pendulum if it's here somewhere around me. I don't get a romantic connection. I just get, yeah, he thinks you're a cool person. And maybe you guys chit chat a lot at work, but I don't feel that he's looking at you in that romantic way.
The one thing that came to my mind, to be honest with you, is who cares? Because that's not something you should be focusing on now. you should, the last thing you need to do is focus on somebody else when you need to be focusing on this. And the other thing about hitting the wall,
you're daydreaming when you should be studying about what Eric is thinking. But exactly. I gotta know on the romance, maybe he really, you're a cool person at work and he likes talking to you, kind of like a work buddy, but not necessarily a romantic partner. Like I have people, I say at work that I talk to all the time, but it doesn't mean that we call each other outside of work or that we hang out. But when we come into work, we may chit chat, throughout the day. But that doesn't mean that there's any romantic feelings or that there's any inclination that I want to take it outside of work. So I don't get that from this person.
And then the other thing, when you said you feel like you're hitting a wall, there's two ways to think. There's many ways to think about things like hitting a wall. You could say I'm hitting a wall, but you could also say I'm having an opportunity to see something that I need to expand on, I need to grow on, and then run with that and learn that thing. So again, make sure you're using the right frame of mind, because if your mindset is, again, something is a wall and is not an opportunity, then it's going to be a problem for you. If it's an opportunity, then you see it as a way to grow and expand. So turn it into a positive if you can. And in using positive mindset will help you, again, to overcome hurdles as they come. So keep that in mind if you don't mind.
Yeah. And that's what I was also thinking about, hitting a wall. Sometimes it gives you a chance to turn around and refocus and do it over, but in a different way. Don't keep doing it the same way. Think of another way to do it. Or just, like you seem to be a person who's very spiritual, just ask, what is my next steps? What do I need to do? How do I need to approach this differently? You can also ask Spirit to give you some guidance on how to do that. But overall, I do think that you are a little bit wound up tight about and I assume that it's a big test, and I understand your anxiety, but they're saying, just relax a little bit. It'll help you. Maybe do a small meditation before you start or after you end so that you can relax a little bit and then get into that mental mode of just offering a new approach. Sometimes just listening to music will give you a whole new approach. Like, oh, I never even thought about that. Or one word from a song and you're like, oh, I didn't even think about that. So it'll give you a whole new approach on how to do it. So I'm just thinking that maybe put on some music, do a meditation, go for a walk, clear your mind, ask spirit for another way to do it, and then see what you get.
And with the spirit, with the spirit, with the Series 63 and the Series 7 exams, is this going to set you up for working for a brokerage? And if so, are you already lined up with an opportunity with a brokerage? Or because usually when you take these tests, you're already lined up with a brokerage. You're already actually probably in a brokerage. And of course, it's contingent upon you staying when you pass the test. Is that the situation? Do you already have a commitment from a brokerage, from an investment house or something? Hey, Jojo, nice to see you in.
Hi, Jojo. We missed you in class.
And then, thank you, Crystal, for reminding everybody. Make sure you follow, subscribe, like, and share. Make sure you hit those share buttons.
She says,
please.
Yes, she is at a brokerage.
Yeah, that makes sense then. Yeah, again, I think that the good part is you have a whole host of folks at that brokerage. If you're hitting a wall, or if you feel like you're hitting a wall with information, turn to those people and ask those people. Remember, everyone in that brokerage that has tenure in the brokerage has been there because they passed the Series 63, they passed the Series 7. If you don't pass the Series 7, you don't stay. You don't pass go, you don't collect $200, if you know what I mean. So again, if you're hitting a topic that you're trying to work on and you can't seem to quite get it, speak to somebody else who has been at the brokerage a longer time, who's taken it, and say, how did you commit to this material? How did you get through this on that certain topic? And you'd be surprised, again, because everybody learns, as Angie said earlier, everybody learns differently. So they may be able to tell you something in a way that for you that makes sense. That's a aha moment. Even though you've heard it different ways, those other ways may not have worked. And all of a sudden somebody comes in and says, well, think of it this way. And you're like, damn, it was so easy, but
Never
it was
even
hard.
thought about it. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. Or
and
best practices for how they study, like, oh, how did you study? What'd you do? And you'll be like, oh, I never thought of that. Like some people, they just cram it all in. And then some people need, a little bit here, a subject here, a chapter here. You've got to figure out how you got to do it and get that information in. And also each subject may be different.
Yeah. Also, Lotus, one thing to look for is go to YouTube and type in the material you're looking for. YouTube has over 2 billion, let me say this, 2 billion active subscribers watching their material every year, every month, every month overall. But anyway, the point is, and they have more than 2 million people getting paid for content because they're doing so much content. So YouTube has become the new Google. Google used to be, you typed in Google and search and you get some text.
YouTube University. People say it all the time, YouTube University.
It is. So now you type it in and you get a video and somebody actually is teaching you with video on YouTube. So YouTube is a great resource. Do not put YouTube in a small niche and ignore it. Believe me, go to YouTube, type in what it is you're looking to figure out and watch some videos on it. And I'll tell you what, I watch readers. And Angie does the same thing, both of us. We sit and we watch tarot readers. We are tarot readers, and yet we sit and watch tarot readers do their thing. I love watching tarot readers. And
we get the good, the bad, the ugly.
Absolutely.
Like, oh, I don't like, oh, they're too monotone, or, oh, they're too. I get, as much as I get things that I like, I get things that I dislike. And I'm like, oh, I would never do that. That's annoying.
Exactly.
Oh, I would never do that. It's blah, blah, blah. And so I get a lot of things from that. Like, one of the things I got was not asking people to put their birthday in there. I think that is awful. And so I've watched people who they won't read your question until you tell what your sign is, what the person you are asking about sign is, and both of your birthdays. I think that's a bit much if I'm just reading your energy. Mm-hmm. I shouldn't need all that.
Exactly. So use all of your resources available. You have more resources at your fingertips than anybody else has had in history. This time in your life, this device right here, the internet in which we're connected to, it brings everything to you locally. You don't have to go to a library. You don't have to go to a think tank. You don't have to go to meetings. Boom, right here. Boom.
Miss Linda said, you sure are monotone. No, because we're in here acting up every week. Listen, from YouTube, I learned how to put in my AC motor in my car. I had a Mazda 6 and the motor went out, and I went online and found out how to do it, ordered the correct part, and then me and my son installed it in my car, and it worked. So you can learn a lot from YouTube.
Yep. When I need to do something nowadays, If I need to figure out how to do it, I go to YouTube specifically to do it, and I figured out. And then, especially like even technology stuff, if I need to find out how to do something under a program or something, I go to YouTube. I don't even go to the program's website. I go to YouTube instead, because YouTube's going to give me the answer better than the program.
You don't have to watch her lecture. Sometimes it's somebody teaching it to you in a different way. I remember having this reading with this lady, and her son was having a problem at the one school. She moved into a new school, and I said, it's going to be a different approach. Sometimes people don't embrace the material the same way, or don't think outside the box. And so you don't all get the information that you need. But there's lots of information. Like, go on YouTube, and I'm telling you, you will get different. Well, my niece needed to learn how to do long division. I knew the way that I learned. I knew the way that they were teaching her. We went online. There was a song. There was all kinds of different videos. There was probably 4 or 5 different ways that we could have taught her how to do long division. We looked at one, and the one that caught our eye, that's the one we practiced over and over and over again. So sometimes it's not so much the material as how it's presented to you.
Absolutely.
So maybe you need a different presentation of it. So try that. Definitely try YouTube and just see if you get the same information. And then again, best practices, it doesn't hurt to ask somebody, well, what'd you do? Like, this material is giving me a hard time. How did you master it? What do you think about it? And how do you use it every day? Sometimes knowing how you use something every day will help too.
Yep. And I would tell you very clearly that we have lived a life of having, one of my sons has ADHD and ADD, and we had to learn how to educate him and learn different ways to educate him, give it in smaller bites and do this and this. We did that by turning to YouTube and other sources to learn what other people were doing, to see what worked for him, because the schools weren't working and nothing was working. And so I had to take it in my hands and say, well, what can I do to help him learn? And we found ways to make it happen. We learned how to break the lessons up. We learned how to find ways to make the lesson tailored to him specifically, so where it would connect with him, or with a topic he liked, and then roll the message into the topic he liked. I mean, again, there's many ways you can do it. Go to YouTube. I'm telling you, if you use YouTube as a resource, you will not be upset. I truly believe that, because I've always been able to turn to YouTube and find somebody. It may take you a while to look for videos to find it, but somebody out there will be able to be giving you the information in a way which you can now go, aha, that's my moment, aha.
And she said the lectures give her a mental fog. Again, I was just having this conversation with my friend. When she took economics in the big lecture hall with 300 people, she said she had no clue what they were talking about, and none of it made sense. She took it in a smaller class at the community college over the summer, and she said she got it just like that. It didn't even take a minute for her to get it, but it was a smaller class size. She was able to ask more questions one-on-one, and it just made more sense to her. So again, there's different methods for learning it. Don't get stuck in that one way.
Exactly. So with that said, let's move on. Hope that helps you. Again, Lotus, just give yourself a little breathing. Take a breath. Just take a breath. And then just think, okay, how can I attack this differently? Okay. So with that said, next in line is Lori Mentha. And Lori is wants a general reading.
I think she said it was Manthe. I think we've asked like 50 times, and I think she said Manthe. I don't even know. I could be wrong, Don. But no, I know we ask every single time, and we get it wrong every single time.
And you have a much better memory than me, that's for sure. So it's like, I remember the name, but you're right. I couldn't remember exactly how to say it. I knew I'd mess it up, though.
When I asked what information do they have for you, immediately I heard the song, and I saw a scene from Footloose, the movie Footloose, and then the guy doing the Footloose. And so they were saying you need to be a little bit freer, like just kind of, playful and lighthearted. You're a little bit too serious about life right now. And they're saying you need to just kind of kick up your heels and just kind of be free, like dance like nobody's watching is kind of what I'm getting, is like just be footloose and fancy free. And this is a time for celebration. Like, it's about to be celebration season or holiday season. and you don't seem to be like even remotely aware of that. You seem to be more like, I have to do this, I have to do this, and like you have a list and you have this and you have that. And they're saying just be a little bit freer and not so structured with your times. Like they're showing me a structure that has no room for anything. Like you have no room for any changes, any deviations. It has to go exactly like this. And so they're saying you're a little bit wound up too tight, and you need to just relax a little bit and let it breathe. Like, let there be some kind of spontaneity to everything. Everything doesn't have to be so routine. And then you're a little bit bored, or you're a little bit frustrated with having to do the same thing over and over and over again, because you have no variety in your day. It's the same thing over and over and over. Get up, go to work, cook dinner, go to sleep. Get up, go to work, cook dinner, go to sleep. You're too wound up a little bit too tight. And they're saying, be footloose, be a little bit free. And so I get that kind of shaking it out and dancing like nobody's watching, or living like nobody is depending on you to be perfect. They show me like a sculpture that has to be perfect. Like it's perfectly smoothed out. It has no rough spots, no bumps, no bruises. Everything is chiseled perfectly. And that's how you're trying to be. And they're saying you don't have to be. And literally the divine is coming and just cracking open that mold, and then it's revealing the real you. So you're trying to be perfect in a time that you don't have to be, or in a season where you need to be just naturally who you are, unapologetically. So that's what I got down.
Cool. Let me look at the cards.
Miss Linda said she see 9 of y'all in the chat, but she only see 1 like. What's the problem? She need to see 8 more likes immediately.
I was just reading that.
Just telling you what Miss Linda said. She said she only see 1 like, and that's hers. What is your problem? It don't even take that long to be like, boop,
on YouTube. On YouTube, by the way.
YouTube, yes. Yeah. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch. Yeah. We on everything. Like it, share it, subscribe it, follow, whatever it say do, exactly. That's what you do.
Exactly. I'm getting the devil card. So Lori, when I see that, the devil's messing with your mind. You are a beautiful woman, and inside and out, and yet you can't see it. And so somehow you in your head have gotten around, you've allowed something to slip in to kind of make you think you're less than, or you're not equal. It's like you feel like you don't measure up. But I see this. I see a woman like 5. This is what I visualize of you, like 5'5", 5'6", maybe a little less, thin, slender, maybe anyway, and nice. I just see a beautiful woman, and so again, you're not seeing the beauty in you. You're not seeing. For some reason, I'm feeling like you have a body image, body consciousness thing going on or something, and you need to change it. You need to think differently. You need to start seeing yourself for the person that other people see you, because you're a beautiful person, and that's reflected in your children. I'm getting a lot of children around you. I'm getting you're a mother of many kids, and again, you have to change your way of thinking. You've got to again appreciate and respect the fact that that you're loved and those people love you. And it's interesting because 4 kids. I'm getting 4 kids. You have 4 kids? Wow, 4 kids. So again, take notice that you are again, that everything that you put out so much in the world, and it's going to come back to you. It's coming back to you in good things. So again, embrace the fact that you're loved, that you are appreciated, and that in the end, again, you planted the seeds for those kids. You planted the seeds for your life. Embrace the fact that you need to stop looking in the mirror and look in your heart, because you are beautiful. And yes, she said she has 4 kids. Yeah, I can tell them. I got that number. So again, Lori, again, don't be so hard on yourself. You are amazingly wonderful outside as well as inside. And I can just visualize the situation and know that you need to. You don't need to impress anybody. You have those 4 kids. That's your eternity. That's your story. That's your life. And those 4 kids are fine because they had a great mom. Okay, that's what you just needed to hear. That's what I was getting. Anything else, Angie?
I did have one more thing. I asked for a card and they told me to go to the fairies card, and it was basically the same thing. I was saying precious time. You're so wound up. Like they showed me like you run your house like a drill sergeant. Everything has to be on schedule. And they're saying you're wasting precious time by trying to keep everything in so much order. Sometimes you just need to go with the flow. Maybe today we'll have breakfast for dinner, or maybe we'll have ice cream before we have dinner. Like just make it fun. It's so structured, it's so tight that you're not, there's no laughter, there's no, lightheartedness. Everything has to be a certain way. And I understand when you have 4 children, there is a lot of structure that you have to have. There's a lot of things that have to go rhythmic. You might have to have dinner as, you may have to do meal prep for dinner or lunches or laundry or however it is, but they're saying give it a little bit of spontaneity. You're missing a little bit out of precious time or just enjoyment of your time by being so structured and so hard on yourself and pretty much kind of hard on the family by making them be so structured too. And they're saying just be a little bit lighthearted and not so hard on yourself as well as the other people, and everything will fall in line. That's a bit of the frustration you're having is because you're so rigid. So just relax a little bit and things you'll see will fall into place, because they show me her timeline as a straight line. It doesn't seem to be like she's veering off this way or veering off that way. You seem to be right on schedule where you're supposed to be in your timeline. They're showing it like this, just the way that you're supposed to be moving along, but it's so tight, it has no room for anything. You don't even have room for a flat tire. Like you would literally probably just burst open at the seams if you got a flat tire right now. So that's all I got, Don.
Super. Let me see who is next on the list.
I already read this question and I gotta know. When she told me about this last night, I got he'll be back. So I'm definitely believing that he'll be back. This person that she's talking about.
But is that a good back, or is that a?
Yeah. He really, what I get, and the energy that I'm even drawing now is that he really likes her. The reason that she is ending is because he wants a little girl, and she does not want any more children.
Oh.
So
she said,
I got that he will come back. Like he'll come back because he'll miss your company. And you guys have a good time and your laughter. Like I really get like him missing your laughter, your good mornings, your conversations, or whatever you talk about. And you are highly inappropriate when you are talking to each other. But I get that he's going to miss that and he's going to come back. And the child thing, I don't know that it'll go away or if he'll try his hardest to convince you to go the other route. But I do get that he will come back at least. Like I feel like you'll finish out the year with him. At least.
Who's next, Kina?
And you know that she was in class last night.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Divine Goddess says, rest of the year, any blessings coming?
Oh, Don, she says she's want to hear from you. I'm too optimistic. Crystal wants you to read her. I'm too optimistic.
Show me the cards. Is that what you're telling me?
Go back one, Kina. She wants to hear Don.
Oh, Lord. I don't see that on mine, so I don't see it. I don't know what you're talking about. I want to hear from Don. You're too optimistic. Oh, Lord. Let me look to the cards. Oh. I hate these kind of readings. I hate love readings. Oh, Lord. She's been
I've been pro him. I haven't been pro him. I was just telling her exactly. Like when she called in the first time, she didn't even ask for a love reading. She asked for something else. And I described him exactly. I said, it's a military guy. He was in, I said, I think it was the Navy. He's this, he wants a little girl, down to the dot. And it wasn't that I was pro him. I just saw it exactly the way, I just told it exactly the way I see it. And so it's not, in favor of him or not. Like I literally see they are showing me that he will come back, like literally knocking on your door again.
Well, I see your patient energy here. And again, you're okay, you're open to change. You're open to the possibility of change and how things flow. So that's on your role. which is interesting. But he and you put some work in already. This relationship has taken some work. You guys have never been in a straight line. It's been up and down. This is nothing new. And again, I'm getting a lot of work has been put in to cultivate this relationship. Is it at an end yet? I don't know. I've got a 10 here, a 10 of wands. The 10 of wands is like, are you over the rough stuff? This could be a factor of, this could be it's over, but it could also be a rough stuff. And the reason why I say that is I see a 3. So it's like when he comes back, it's going to be a different way of thinking, a different way of, again, if this isn't the end, which again, this could be either the end or the end of the rough period. But again, if he does come back, then it's a new time for you guys, a time to kind of work through this last hurdle. But if you get through this one, you guys are going to be pretty set for the rest of your time. So again, that's how I see it. If again, you can get through this, then you guys are going to be together for a long time, because that's what this card's saying. So that's what I see. How'd that help you, Crystal? She's like, I don't know if I want to hear that either.
She did. She said, Jesus, Don. She gonna say, Angie, stop looking like I told you so. She said, Jesus, Don. Like, she ain't trying to hear that. She ain't trying to hear that we trying to say. I'm just saying, buttercream. We like buttercream cake on the, buttercream icing on the cake.
Uh-oh.
And she's in Minnesota. Like, it's cold in Minnesota. Listen, it's time for a cuddle buddy. All this, I don't want no little girl thing. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. It's time for a cuddle buddy. That's all I'm just trying to say, Miss Crystal. She said, boo, Don. She don't want to hear what you said. It's super cold. In Arizona, it's not. It was like 80 degrees today.
She says, I know, Kina, hush.
All right, who's next? I just feel like we're about to just be flooded with love readers. Like, oh, what's next? Rest of the year, any blessings coming? I heard a resounding yes, and I saw an infinity sign. As I said, like, it's infinite possibilities. It's all about what your mind will allow you to believe. Like, you'll get whatever you want as long as your mind will allow you to perceive it. And immediately, I heard Don's affirmation playing in the back of my head. I believe in infinite abundance, and all of my wants and needs are always met. Like, that immediately played in my head. So it's, what do you have? What do you believe in for possibilities? You want a new job? Here's your new job. You want to move somewhere? Here's your new place to move, or relocation, or whatever it is that you want. It's the possibilities of whatever you believe. So I do see lots of blessings coming in. I don't see anything specific, because and when I asked it why there's nothing specific, they said she hasn't asked for anything specific. She's just kind of wanting us to give her whatever we think is best. And what's best for you is what you want. What do you want? Like, the universe wants to work with you. They don't want you like a puppet. Just, oh, we want her to work here. We want her to do that. They don't want a puppet. They want someone they can work with. You're learning, they're trying to evolve you and make you bigger and better. So you have to work with them. You can't just be like, well, whatever they want me to do. I just like a robot who has no mind of their own. You have to give them something to work with. And what they're saying is, it's infinite possibilities as long as you decide what you want. If you want a new house, okay, that's one thing. Do you want a 2-story or 1-story? Do you want a garage? Do you want a detached garage? Do you want a condo? What do you want? You have to give us something to work with. I want a house means anything. That could be just any old house. Do you want a new build? You want a cottage? You want, what do you want? And that's what they're saying, is that your blessings are based on what you desire and what you believe in that is deserving of you. So that's what I got, Don.
Well, the one thing I got is that, again, you're coming into a really good phase, and you have a lot of options in front of you, a lot of opportunities in front of you. So you're coming into a period where you can pick and choose what you want to do. And don't be surprised if again, you get what you're looking for. So when you're talking about things in the future, go big. When you're thinking about how do I plan for something, go big. When you talk about an affirmation or a dream, go big. Again, make sure you go big, because right now you're in a great time where I think you're going to be able to call into you what it is you want, and it's going to happen. So this is an amazing opportunity for you. You're in a very short window. So use it to your fullest advantage. Anything you've been wanting to start it. Anything you've been wanting to grow it. Anything you've been wanting to build it. And anything you wanted to bring it to an end, this is the time to do it. This is such an opportunity window, and this opportunity window will not open forever. This is a very seldom you get this in your lifetime. So take advantage of it now. Okay.
Don, the exact card you have fell out. And I was thinking to myself, oh, one of the decks that I use when they bring the 7 of Cups up, it says dreams or possibilities or something on it, but it says dreams. And so I got that deck and immediately I started shuffling, and the exact same card you pulled out came out, the 7 of Cups. So
Nice.
is that what you pulled out, 7 of Cups?
7 of Cups. Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, it came out exactly the way that you had it. And again, that's just multiple options, but it's what do you want? Each of those cups has something desired in it. What do you want? How do you want them to give it to you? So that's what I got.
Absolutely. So that's good news. Before we take the next person, cue it up. Tina. I know. I'm like, what? If you're on Facebook.
That's what I was also going to say, Don. Like, if you're on my page, go to Don's page and subscribe or like or share. And if you're on Don's page, come to my page and like, so you can get alerts from both of us, because we're not always together. Sometimes like tomorrow morning, it'll be him and Shauna. And then Sunday, it'll be me and whoever decides to pop into the chat to do some reading. So make sure you subscribe to both and like and share and comment so that you can get alerts when both of us are online separately or together.
Yes. And by doing that, also you're growing the community, because Angie and I are working with some great people, and we're introducing them to you, as bringing them on with us as readers and so forth. And so we're expanding the community, and we're helping to grow this community. And all these people are like-minded. They're not charging you for readings. They're coming on here and volunteering their time. They're volunteering.
And they love it. That's the thing, Don. They love it. They're doing it for the love of it, not for the money of it.
Exactly. So when you come on here, you know you're getting genuine readings, because there's no financial benefit one way or the other. And so you're getting it straight from the heart. And you're getting readers whom Angie and I have worked with, whom we're not going to put them out here with us unless we really believe that's the real deal. That's just the way it is. So again, if you're comfortable and confident with us, then you know that we put our stamp of approval on these people. So by liking and sharing and subscribing and following, you wind up helping build that community and make it, again, a community that can help support you in your times of need and want as well. And while we're at it, don't forget this one too, if you're on YouTube. And then one more.
I love everything Don does.
And then one more, just to share the celebration of the season. Oh, wait a minute, that one's not going to work. We'll go on to something else, and then we'll come back, because I need to add one more thing. So, so with that said, the next in line is Marie, S. Marie, General for me. That's Marie. I'm telling you, I was so glad last night when I got a chance to meet with you through our class and to have that connection, because when I got your mother there, it was such an amazing feeling to see her standing there. And she stayed there almost the entire time I was there, which I thought was amazing. Wonderful. What you picking up?
The first thing that I got was stop your self-doubt. And there's like a mom standing behind me, like, you could do it. Like, I feel like you're on the diving board and you were so I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Then you started to make the climb up the ladder to get on the diving board. And the closer you got to the top, the more scared you got, or the more reluctant you got. And you really wanted to back down, but there's so many people watching you, or you've told so many people, or there's something about the eyes that are on you that now you're like, oh my gosh, I have to do it. And so you're right at the edge of the diving board, ready to jump in the water, and you're terrified. And so I'm getting, you can do it. Like, don't be afraid. Like, go ahead and do it. Have more confidence in yourself and your abilities and what you know how to do, and just keep being guided. Like I they show like a laser going through my ear, like you hear very keenly, you hear very well, you receive information very well, but you just don't trust it as much as you should. And they're saying, be more confident in what you know already. Like you have time in this. They're showing me the 8 of Pentacles. And again, that's working on your skills. honing in on what you know, specializing, learning, growing. They're showing me the high priestess again. That's again teaching, knowing, learning, being on the receiving end. And also, for me, the high priestess is knowing information behind the veil. You have secret information that other people don't know and that you are able to interpret when the time is right. So they're saying, be confident in who you are. Understand that you have the skills and ability. You don't need an expert to tell you how to do it. You just need to do it and have confidence in what you're saying. Like if I asked you what's 1 + 1, you would say 2 without even thinking. I have to hold up one finger, I have to hold up another finger and demonstrate to you how I know. They're saying if I say 1 + 1 is 2, just as confidently as you would say 2, you need to be able to confidently, give your readings or say whatever it is that you know with confidence. So that's what I got is be confident, very much be confident. And that's all I got. Oh, Don, you're muted. Or I can't hear you.
I was shuffling. It was making noise, so I figured I would mute myself so you didn't hear the shuffling because I had. Wow, that's loud. Anyway, so I read for her last night, so I think she knows where I am with her.
Was that kind of along the lines of it too, Don? I didn't get into the room where she was, but was that kind of along like be confident in your abilities and your skills?
Yep, and that's what. And her mom was there to help encourage her.
Literally, I felt like her mom was in the hall, standing behind her, just going like, you can do it, baby. Go ahead, you can do it. Kind of is how I got it.
Yep. Yeah, Mama was there to support her, let her know that I encourage this, you're on the right path, you're on the right track. That's what I was getting. So, yep. So, Shay, and with that said, before we move on to the next one, this is what I was going to play.
I love that. It's the music for me. I think it's the music because it puts you in that eerie mindset, but it's also it's not too scary where it's like that Michael Myers.
Exactly.
But it kind of puts you in that mindset, but it's still so lighthearted. Yeah. I love to see it every time.
I had to search for that music long and hard. It was so.
I love it.
I had the image already. I had the image, and then I had all it put together. But the music I could not find, and I kept testing the music, and I'm like, no, that doesn't work, and no, that's too harsh, and it was. So I finally found what I was looking for. So
I made one today. I did a TikTok, and I used Beyonce because I'm channeling my inner Beyonce. And in the middle of it, it just says, ofA5Says free psychic readings, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter, Wednesdays at 6:00 in the middle of it. And so I like it. I was like, oh, okay, Don, look, Don inspiring us to do stuff. Listen, every bit of technology I use, Don suggested it. Restream, Don. Zoom, Don. Whatever I'm using, Don suggested it. Don told me how to use it. Don taught me how to do whatever I know how to do. So whatever I'm doing, it's because Don told me to do it.
Give me too much credit.
Or inspired me to do it. Like,
inspired. I like
that. What it is. If you want to know what it is, Don is a great inspiration. And that's the one thing, again, I love about our community. And I think Julie said it in there. We're here to help. Like our desire is to help. So we're always wanting to share information. And in that light, spirit sometimes tells me I need to be quiet because I share too much information or too much of the plans that they're trying to give to me. And sometimes they're like, just be quiet and wait till it walks out. Because again, it gives you anxiety. So I am learning to move a little bit more in silence, but also still loving to share the information. So there it is. Our chat is active, Don. We have to have probably over 200 messages. Like people are in here like for real. Oh, Rose Jordan, you are such a leech. I can't believe that you're on Don's Facebook trying to get people to come to your page to give readings. Again, we do not support any of those things. Do not go to their inbox. We do not come out to you and solicit any readings. Please report those people, block those people, and then get them off of your page. We do not support that in any way. We will never reach out to you in any way.
Yep. And I was looking at something else and I didn't even see it. Thanks for picking up, Angie, because I wasn't even paying attention.
Yeah.
And it is terrible. And folks, we don't mind competition. I will read with the best of. We invite them in. We don't have competition. We invite them. We
There's
told you
enough
I will
room
bring
for
these people
anybody
in.
to have decorum. Like,
Yeah.
come in and just be like, oh, in the middle of our thing, I'm gonna give a better reading than they give. Come to my page for an accurate. Then they use words like an accurate reading. My reading is free and very accurate. Your reading is going to cost them and probably is not even going to be accurate.
And that's the one thing that's the most frustrating is they tend to come in and they'll say, DM me and I'll connect with you. And then all of a sudden they're wanting money. And it's like, you know what? It's crazy. I hate it. Or, and they'll ask you information that will put your health, your health at risk, your financial state. So it's these folks, we know them. We've seen them over and over again. If you see them, and the worst part, they're now coming on after I go off, right? And then they will go tomorrow, the next day, to my already ran videos, and then look up people and connect to them and tell them to do it. And then they think I don't get notices, but I get noticed because it rings on my bell. And I'm like, who's now?
And if they get a good one of our people, they get a nice earful from one of our people. Don't get on Pam. Don't get on one of Pam's comments. Don't get on one of Sherry's comments. Don't get on one of Keena's comments. You'll get a nice earful from them. But they do that, Don. They'll come after it's over and then go through every comment and ask them to reply. That is the most scummy, scammiest thing you could do. And if I was that person, I would be like, why would I come? You know what I'm saying? Why would I go to you when you're doing something as low vibration as that?
Yeah. And then you go to their web. I sometimes will go to their Facebook page and they have maybe only 3 pictures and nothing makes sense. And you're like,
Or they might have your picture on there. You're like, wait, is this my page? No, it's not.
Yes. Or worse, your family pictures on there. You know what I'm talking about.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's a lot.
It's beneath any good, reasonable human being. It's sad.
Yeah. But I guess that means we're popular, Don.
I don't know if I want to be that popular. Oh, goodness gracious. Next is
John Bill Clinton Smith said, can we send him some money? Yes, I'll open my Monopoly board up soon and I'll send you as much money as you want.
Exactly.
Okay, so I read this person, and I don't know how to pronounce her name, so I'm going to do it Anjushri. I don't know, but Anju, that's what I'm going to say. And so I got a love reading, and I immediately got that you're bulking against some traditions. Like I feel like there is sort of love traditions or customary rules for connecting, and you're kind of bucking against that and trying to do something on your own. And so you're having an internal battle because they're showing me that 2 of Swords, and you're having that internal battle where and then they're also showing me the Hermit card. So first it's the 2 of Swords and then it's the Hermit card. And one, they're saying you don't really understand the tradition. So that's one reason why you're bucking against it. And 2, you just need to do a little bit of self-reflection to decide which way you're going to go and commit to it. Am I going to go the traditional route that the family wants me to go? Or am I going to go on my own? And if I go on my own, am I going to be able to stand firm on it, stand my ground on it, and be okay with the decision that I made? I do see that there is a potential for love, but I see it on both sides. Like you could actually meet the person that they want you to meet and arrange with and fall in love with that person, or you could meet somebody, but that seems to be a longer process. Like it says 6, 8, 12. So it could be 6 months, 8 months, 12 months out, but I do see love coming for you. And I do see some kind of union, but again, it's you making the decision whether you're going to go the traditional route or whether you're going to go off on your own and make your own decision. So that's what I got done.
Super. Let me take a look.
Oh, she didn't respond, so I don't even know.
She's not here?
Keena asked, are you still here? And she even put a comment in our private chat to ask if she's still here. And I don't see her responding, so.
Well, if she's not responding, then we're moving on. I ain't wasting my time. If she feels we're a waste of time to move on, then I ain't wasting my time. Let's see. Then who is next? Terry T.
Terry
Hey,
T.
I love me some Terry T. Terry T, if I was single and younger, you'd be in danger, child. Lord have mercy. Replying to Gelnet, reading about yourself. And once again, hello, Bello, Baba, To, Doon, Do, Wo, Do, What? Whoever you are, welcome in. If you wanted to join us, you're welcome, but you know what you're doing is wrong. You know that, right? If you have a heart or a soul, which I don't think you do, because if you're a light worker, you wouldn't be doing what you're doing. So we're going to help you find your way out the door. Bye-bye. What do you got for Terry T?
I wish we could just send the vibration that your phone would just immediately blow up when you do something as scammy as what you're doing. Like literally short circuit your phone for being just as scammy and low vibration as you are.
You know, if Sherry Berry was here, she'd be sending them some ugly energy. They wouldn't be waking up tomorrow.
It's just unnecessary to be that horrible to people.
Terry T says, LOL, Don.
They're saying we need more love readings.
Oh, Lord, please. No, we don't need that.
I've learned to embrace them for what they are. Everybody wants to be loved. So I just tell you the flat out truth. Whether you like it or not, whether you'll cuss me out or not, whether you're going to agree with me or not, whether you're going to defend the person I'm telling you not to be with or not. This one lady asked for a reading a couple shows ago, Dom, and we literally told her no. Everybody told her no. Everybody in the comments told her no. And then she started defending the person. I said, oh, you know what, honey? You're more connected to your spirit guides. Believe what they say, because obviously every last one of us who have psychic abilities are wrong. So go ahead. She's telling us flat out, no, it's not like that. He's being honest. Okay. Then why did you come on here?
Exactly. If that's what you want to believe.
I get it. Okay, so is there going to be any COVID restrictions? People don't even care about COVID no more, Terry. They'll cough all over you right now. F. Marie says she remembers that one, and she remembers it because she was in the comments with us pulling cards, and she was like, nope, it ain't happening. And that person was like, but he's not having baby mama drama. He's not this. Okay.
That's not the one who's the boyfriend sent his new girlfriend to knock on the door.
No,
that's not that one.
No. That's the lady who cussed us out. This was somebody since then who asked us about a guy. We told her, I was like, oh, there's some conflict with some baby. He doesn't have any kids. It's a spiritual warfare that he's going through. I said, okay.
If that's what you want to believe.
It's a lusty spirit that he's dealing with. That's the spirit. Paul Black, we can see that you're here. I think Keena already got your question. You don't have to keep saying that you're here when it's time, unless Keena just asks, you know what, let me mind my business over here on Terry T's side of the question and let Keena handle that. Okay. Miss Angie, I'm planning to visit home around February. Just want to know if it's all right. No delays or flights. I don't see anything like that. Like, I don't anticipate that there'll be anything like that. Like, pretty much everybody is back to business as usual. If there's any flight delays or anything, it'll be weather related, but I don't even see anything like that. And as far as COVID and restrictions like that, I don't see any of that coming back. I think we're pretty much over the hump. And Don, I think you had even predicted that like way long time ago.
I did.
Saying that we have that last wave in March or April, and then we're past it, and now we're done. I remember you saying that a long time ago.
I'm glad you remember that, because I remembered and I told everybody, I said from this, and it happened because it spiked again, and then boom.
In that March, and then it's been gone ever since. And so I feel like we're done with that. Like you said, we're over it, or we're over the hump, and we'll be fine. If there's any restrictions in your situation, it won't be to anything like that, and it'll be kind of COVID related. I also get a little bit of anxiety about going home and just kind of seeing people. Like, is there some kind of touchy situation or something, or some kind of dread? Like, you know, sometimes you go home and it's like, oh my God, Uncle Leroy is going to be there with his lovely stories or his blah, 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 or wanting to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get kind of a little bit of dread of you know, certain people that you want to get, but also it also shifted very quickly to me to your finances. Like, there's money coming for you. It seems like it's a slow road to coming, because this is the night of Pentacles, but it's a slow moving night, but it's a hard working person. They're diligent. They're staying to the task. So as long as you stay focused and on the task, you'll get what you need. Like I clearly hear the word promotion very easily. And then the word on here is routine. Like you know how to do this by the palm of your hand. Boom, boom, boom. But you also know a better way or a better method to do some things. You're like, oh, well, if I was running it, I would do this. Or if I was in charge on this, they would do it like this. So I feel like when you're given an opportunity, you do it a little bit different, but it ends up being better. And so for me, I get, again, there's an impatient, perseverance, and unexpected income or unexpected sources of money. So I do feel like money's coming. Maybe you'll be like, I feel like maybe you'll be asked to, if not teach, then do something on the side, like, oh, you can also work this shift and get like double, triple, blah, 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 overtime or whatever it is. But I do feel like there's unexpected money coming for you. It's slow coming, but it'll be coming for you. And again, that's all I got down.
Terry T, the first thing that came out is this trip home is going to be very nurturing for you, very reassuring. It's going to center you. You've been needing a centering. This is going to help center you. It's going to bring you that peace of mind and that center. Also, it's going to help you remember some things. It's going to like bring you some flashbacks and some memories that are wonderful. And it's interesting because this is the water card. So again, a lot of feelings and emotions are going to come flooding back, and you're going to feel again very nurtured, very loved. But Terry, guess what you're also going to find when you go home? You're going to find yourself somebody. There's going to be a fiery passion that's going to spark. And it could be, again, from somebody in the past, but a fiery passion is going to spark. And don't be surprised if, Terry T, you leave wanting somebody or having somebody. And it's going to be hot and very, very hot and emotional. And it is going to be on fire. So it's amazing because, again, you're going home just to kind of center yourself and kind of connect. But in the end, again, your emotions are going to go wild because this person is going to set you on fire. And Terry T, Lord have mercy. You ask us over and over about a person, and we told you over and over again, this is not the time. Well, guess what? Finally, you're hearing me tell you, it's the time. Take the lid off the cookie jar, Terry. Time to sample the cookies. Yes, indeed.
Oh my gosh, Don, as you were saying that, they showed me when you said, oh, some hot, fiery passion. I saw Sex in the City and I saw Stanford. And what was the other guy that he dated? I think it was Anthony. The two friends that were Carrie's friends. I saw them two together. Like you're so cute together. You just stink. You just you're just so great together. So I got it just like that too, Don. Like they showed me Sex in the City. So I don't know what city you're going back to, but it's gonna be some sex.
Some fiery passion too. I mean, you are going to be drawn to this person. This person's energy is going to be on fire. Again, you guys. It's going to be hot. It's going to be hot and heavy. And look at this, a shot to the heart. Again, look at that bow. The arrow, the Cupid is shooting his arrow. So Terry T, be prepared. Lord have mercy. I can only tell you. I can't tell you. All I'm telling you is, wow. Get ready.
Terry, hello.
Yes. We want the 411 too. We want all the information.
Come back and let us know. Like you keep coming to ask us, come and tell. We want the dirty details.
That's right. I want photos. I want the whole thing.
I want to see y'all so cute together and just attending y'all parties and just, oh my gosh.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yes. Kate Williams says she loves your fan, Angie.
Thank you. $1.25 tree, because you know it's no longer the Dollar Tree. $1.25 tree. $1.25 shit. I have another one too. When they get real, when we get those religious fogies in there and they tell us what scriptures we need to read, and I just be like, hallelujah. You can't see this one that good, but it says hallelujah.
Oh, you know what? Keena said that Terry asked that question. I didn't even see that.
As you were saying it, he was typing it. Like you were already saying hot, fiery passion, and then it came up. So he was asking at the same time that you were saying it was coming.
Holy crap.
Are you psychic, Don? Might be a little bit psychic, Don.
I must be.
Don put his psychic hat on tonight. Terry
Who
T,
is
we always
next?
give you good readings though, because your energy is so light and you're so open and you're so willing to accept whatever we say. And I think you think that we're being overly optimistic, but I literally am telling you exactly what I see. Like, I don't give you any fluff. I don't tell you anything that isn't true. I tell it to you exactly as I see
Oh
it.
yeah.
Like, I describe the picture as I see it. And so I think that it's going to be great for you.
Yep.
Hi, Kay. This is Kay from Class Size 9. Hi, Kay.
Hey,
Feel free
Kate.
to do your readings in the chat. Everybody, feel free to pull your cards and tell us what you're saying, and we'll tell everybody what you're saying.
And
She
don't
says,
forget,
I wish
everybody.
you all the best.
Don't forget, everybody. Before we go any further, hit the share buttons as well as everything else.
Don, that's my favorite one. But let me say this. It reminds me of an old sitcom. Like, I feel like one of these old sitcoms are about to come, and I can't get what it is, but I feel like I know what it is.
Yeah.
Like, if I heard, I'd be like, yes, that's it. But
Yeah.
I like that music too. Don, you're good at finding. Oh, Keena said Family Matters. I don't know.
For me, it's like a car. I feel like a car is going to pull up, and it's like the car and they're going to get out of the car or something. It's kind of funny.
Thanks, Miss Kate. Kate said she shared. I saw that she followed me. And that's how I know if you guys are really following, like we say, because it shows us immediately if you follow or subscribe or like or whatever you do. So I'll know if you did it. You can say you did it, but I'll know because it'll show me.
We have our sources.
Somebody's a little bit psychic in here. All right. Oh, somebody else said Family Times. Maybe they meant Family Matters too. Family Ties. Oh, maybe that's what they mean. It kind of reminded me of that too. I thought of that too. So maybe, Albertina, you might be right. Family Ties. That might be it. Somebody asked, what number am I on the list?
I don't know.
Like,
I don't know.
You're coming up. If you don't have time to wait, you can come back and watch it later. Keena will go ahead and run the list at the bottom once she gets it typed up. Remember, Keena is on about 7, 8, 10 different platforms. So please give her a chance to respond to everybody and get the list compiled. Oh, she said maybe she's not gonna put it across the bottom. Just wait till your turn is.
Yep. And yeah, 9 platforms. 9 platforms. That's a lot of work she's doing. She's juggling a lot, folks.
That's a lot of places to see our face, Don.
Oh Lord, especially my too trimmed beard is like, it's like,
oh, Don, you have such a boyish charm. I was looking at you and like, oh my God, Don looks so young. I might have to put some color in my hair or do something to spice it up because Don looks so young and free and just.
Oh, Angie. She's my biggest cheerleader. I don't need anybody else. Angie's my biggest cheerleader.
Listen, it's so cute when he come on here. Oh my God, Don look like he about 30.
Lord, I better put my boots on. It's getting deep in here. And I'm not talking snow.
Because we know I don't like snow. I would never talk about snow.
Exactly. Hey, I'm going to New York on Friday, so who knows? I may wind up getting snow up there. I'm not sure.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
My birthday's Friday, so we're going to New York for my birthday and spending.
Oh my God! Oh my Don! Please post all the delicious food you eat. My stomach just lives vicariously through Don because they go to some of the greatest restaurants, and it just looks so good, and it's always presented so nice. And Ed, I know Ed will take the pictures. Ed will take the pictures. Oh my gosh! And he just post, and I just scroll through all the pictures, like, oh my gosh, that looks so delicious. Oh my gosh,
it's funny because sometimes when we come back and I look at the pictures, I'm like, did we live that? Was that what we ate? It's like because some of the pictures look even better than they did when.
It looks so good. That's why I always be like, oh, they're going somewhere, and all I think about is they about to have some good food.
Yes, and drinks. We can't forget the drinks.
And drinks. Oh,
yeah, because no matter what bottle of wine,
loves a cocktail.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yep.
So I'll be looking to see. Oh God, are there any special shows or anything particular that you want to do while you're there, Don?
I don't think we're doing a show this time because we have David Luna. You remember David and Hilda? I think you've met them. Anyway, they're going to be there, and so we're going to catch up with them. And then, but I was hoping to do Funny Girl because I love Streisand when she did Funny Girl way back when. and it's back on Broadway with something Michelle something. Anyway, and so I was hoping to do that, but I don't think we're going to. Last time we did do a show, but I don't know if we have time this time, so we'll see. But it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be good and relaxing.
Good.
And
Oh, yeah.
and it's funny because I was last night we were there. We were walking along, and there was a shop that had closed already, and they had a great pair of red tennis shoes. And I said, I need to go there. So when we go this time, one of the first things we're doing is going to that shop for those red tennis shoes. And if they fit well, Papa's getting a new pair of
Don,
shoes.
you won't believe it. Kate just posted in there, get a pair of red patent leather boots to match your glasses. And you started
really?
talking about the shoes. She said red patent leather boots to match your glasses. And then you start talking about the shoes like almost right on cue.
I'm telling you, it's connected tonight. But no, you're right. If I could find the red boots, I'd have them too. We were at Louis Vuitton when we were in New York last time, and they had these blue shoes and they had other shoes. I'm like, hey, where's the red? You have all these other colors, you don't have red. What's the story here? You know, I'm like, I told her, I said, make a call back to Italy or to France, whatever, for Louis, and tell him, give me some red shoes.
Angels Will Fly said, do you know, she said, you're going to New York, right? Do you know about the ticket booth under Times Square stairs that gives you discounted Broadway tickets?
Yes. And actually they moved it across the street. It's now where the Olive Garden used to be. And so it's in a bigger facility. But yeah, we've gone there before. And it's the tickets that haven't sold, and that's for the same day performances. Yeah, we've done that. We also used to go there for, we used to go to the booth, to the theater itself at 3:00 to see if there was anything available, because then that's when they cut off. And so if you haven't bought the tickets, then you can come to the window. And sometimes that worked too. Yeah. Yep.
Angels Will Fly said, nice, thanks. I'll update my notes. How dare you think Don doesn't know everything? Don has so many random facts. Everything Don knows about anybody.
Useless information, unfortunately, useless.
Random facts. They're not useless, random facts.
That too. Oh my
okay,
goodness.
Ms. GP wants to know what's going for the next 6 months. And Spirit said, if we tell you, are you going to listen, or are you just going to take it and just throw it out the window? Like literally, Spirit said, are you going to listen? Like, are you going to, am I freezing? Are you asking me, or are you asking? I'm not. Oh, no, I'm not. Okay, so she said she was offering. All right. But Spirit is asking, are you going to listen, or are you just asking for just to know? Like, are you really taking heed to the things that are being told to you by Spirit? Because I feel like they're showing me the Four of Cups, and the Four of Cups is kind of apathy, or not wanting the information that's been given to you. Like, you're being told, do this, and you're like, I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know. And so I'm going to ask it again to see if they give me a different direction. I'm going to ask it again and see if they give me a different direction. But they're saying, are you going to listen this time? They showed me an airplane, and they showed me you getting on the plane and looking back and wondering if it's the thing that you should do. But they're saying, go. Are you planning a trip to Florida, or have you been thinking about Florida? Because they're showing me oranges, and then they're showing me like alligators and stuff like that. So I'm getting that maybe you should, if you were thinking about it, they're saying you should go definitely to Florida to visit, and just kind of kick up your heels. And then I'm also getting I heard the word night terrors. Are you waking up in the middle of the night, like in a sweat, or drenched in sweat, because you're having nightmares or some kind of night? Well, the word they're using is night terrors. Something is waking you up in the middle of the night and you're disturbed by it. They're saying, say a prayer, turn on a meditation music. It's how you prepare yourself for bed that is doing this. You're not going to bed on a calm, like meditative note. You're going to bed all wound up and tied up and thinking about your day and doing this, and kind of sometimes angry and some kind of just kind of frustrated. They're saying you need to kind of wind down before you go to sleep, and you'll stop waking up with having such vivid, but they're saying night terror. So that's what I'm getting. So they're saying, she said she was thinking about Florida. So definitely go to Florida, because they showed me the orange, and they showed me, the state. And then they showed me the crocodile, alligator, or whatever it is, but stay away from the alligators and don't let them get you, because they're pretty aggressive, as I've been told. But go to Florida and then also prepare yourself better when you get ready to go to bed at night. So that's what I got. Hey Tanisha, hey Janet, you two in there talking to each other in the chat. Hey to both of you. Oh, and Tanisha is official. She got her resident card. So she's official. Yeah. Don, you're unmuted, but that's all I got for GP. So you can go ahead, Don. She said no night terrors, but something is waking you up, and when you wake up, you're a little bit confused, or you're a little bit overwhelmed, or you're like night sweats, like they're making it seem like you're waking up in night sweats, and they're saying it's all in how you prepare yourself to go to bed. That's what I got.
Let me see what I got for GP.
If you made the list, Kina would have told you, Miss Samantha. So if Kina didn't add you on your platform, you haven't made the list. If you made the list, she would have told you made the list. She says she does wake up around the same time every night. And again, put some meditation music on. It's how you prepare yourself to go to sleep. But that's it, Don.
I'm just trying to figure out what these cards are saying to me. Are you having GP? Did you have COVID, and are you having long haul symptoms? Because I'm getting some fuzziness, some fuzziness in the head. I'm getting from time to time like energy. You have no energy, or like for a few days in a row, you're just tired. And so I'm picking up some kind of like that, and then all of a sudden you're back to health again. And so it's like I'm getting the feeling like you're having some long haul symptoms from COVID. Did you have COVID? And again, did you have that? Because I'm getting some of that, and I feel like you can't seem to control it again. So it's not something you can control. But it and again, it taxes you. It works you out, but it passes. But it's interesting because I'm getting the feeling you still suffer from some of that, and I don't know why that's important. Let me shuffle the cards again because it's really weird how that came out and why that would come out. I don't know. GP, are you still here?
She is. She's making comments. She said no night terrors, but she does wake up in the middle of the night. I said she has a comment that says that.
Yeah. Interesting because I got this card twice now. Both of these cards just popped back. Both of them, right? I just had them and they came right back out. So no COVID, but I do have the going on. Okay. So you've never had COVID before? You didn't get COVID? Because I'm feeling long haul syndrome, and again, it just kind of really dogs you. But yeah. And again, I don't see that changing for a while. I see that hanging on. It's lingering on. It's like it's your new normal for a while. I don't see that changing. So unfortunately, you're going to have to deal with that kind of intermittent energy loss and intermittent kind of fogginess. So I would say just plan for that to be part of what is your new normal for a while until it passes. That's all I'm getting for you right now. That's the gist of what I'm getting for you. What long haul syndrome? Long haul syndrome is what some people are getting from COVID. If you had COVID, there are people who are suffering symptoms now from their bout with COVID. So some of them have no energy from time to time, and some of them have brain fog. Some of them have other things, and it comes and goes. It's not consistent. So that's what I'm getting.
Oh, there are lots of people that are getting that. Like they got over COVID, but maybe they never got their energy back, or they didn't get all their taste buds back, or they're having, respiratory issues. Oh yeah.
Yep. So that's what I'm getting for you. I'm sensing for you, GP. That's kind of what I'm feeling for you, is that you're going through that as well. So and there's not much you can do. It's going to have to pass on its own. There's not much you can do.
John Bill Clinton, don't say stuff like that. COVID is not a hoax. And I know several people who had it, and I know people who passed from it. So COVID is not a hoax, and that is not something nice to say. The last person who said something was a hoax is paying the families about $1 billion for what he said. So don't come on here and say stuff like that.
And especially, John, if you knew my family situation, the last thing you would do is say that, because I have a spouse who's a physician, and they had to take 2 floors and turn them into COVID wards, and he had to walk around them, the COVID wards, to get to other parts of the hospital, and he saw people dying firsthand. I have a lot of people who are in the medicine, the medicine practice of medicine, and saw patients that are healthy and blooming, and boom, dead within no time, and for no other reason because of COVID. So if nothing else, if you want to piss me off, you can do that by doing that, because my husband stayed and worked throughout COVID. He's an oncologist, and he saw his patients, putting himself at risk. He worried every freaking night that he might bring COVID home to us and kill us, but he felt he had to do it for his patients. And for you to say something like that, you cross a line with me. And anybody who watches this, I don't give a damn what your political persuasions are. I don't give a damn. But if you ever want to cross me, that's the way to do it. And if you ever want no readings from me, you will do it by saying something like that, because I don't care what your belief is. But again, my spouse had to live with that and worry, and he would come home on the weekends and tell me how worried he was to come home because he might bring COVID home to us and end our lives. So you want to play a game, you want to play those little word games, you do that, but not here, especially not when I was on the front line with him and understood the risks and associated with that disease, and how many patients he lost, not because they're fighting cancer, but because of COVID took them out like this. Okay? Sorry, off the soapbox.
Okay. So Patricia P is in here, and I remember her question last time. She asked, would she find out about the school before the end of the year? And so her new question is, I'm waiting on the answer for 3 of the 4 schools. So Keena told her it was the same question, and she said, no, it's similar. You just want to know if you're going to be admitted to the schools. I think we already told you that. But we'll see what your question is when it comes up, because I do distinctly remember telling you, yes, you would get the information, but you wouldn't be able to start until next year. So now you're rearranging the question and saying, oh, 3 of the 4 schools you're still waiting on answers. So you want to know if you'll be admitted to all of those schools too? I assume that's what your question is. All right, so Miss GP, we're done. With yours. Again, go to Florida, prepare your mind, put yourself in a relaxing state before you go to bed. And then when you ask what about the long haul symptoms, I got something about vitamin C, just vitamin C. But again, also probably just getting a good amount of water in. Like I noticed my skin cleared up very well once I started drinking the proper amount of water and stopped ditching the water. Like I was getting the ice, but I wasn't getting the water. And sometimes it's just the natural things like sunshine, vitamin C, drinking your fluids, and just being a little bit more careful. I don't know exactly what your symptoms are, but there's some just minor things that we can do. But always do what your doctor says, not what I say. Do what your doctor says. So that's what I got. Oh, Joanna said, or JoJo said that's what she's getting, the long haul, effect of having the tired spells every now and then, and that could be it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I will tell you, I'll let it go after this, but I will tell you one more story. This is a true story. Ed, who is my spouse, had 2 patients, right? Both were husband and wife. Both were cancer people. They both fought cancer, survived it, right? And they were coming back to visit, for their 6 months and year checkups. And husband and wife, great people. Those 2 people stayed in their home to avoid COVID because they know they may be more at risk. They stayed in their home. They protected themselves. They thought COVID was pretty much over. The daughter came home from Phoenix up to their house to visit for Thanksgiving. The daughter did not know that she had been infected with COVID. The mother and father got COVID. They both were flown. Eventually, within 2 days, they were both flown, emergency vac'd into Phoenix, 2 different hospitals because the hospitals were full. And within 3 more days, they were both dead. Healthy people. And all that happened, one thing that changed was the daughter brought COVID to them. So don't tell me. That's the story hits home. It killed Ed because he's like, these people fought cancer and were on the upswing, and boom, So I'm telling you, it's nothing to be joked at. It's nothing to be laughed at. You can tell me all you want. I was on the front line. I was with the people on the front lines. I know what happened. You can tell yourself all you want. I just know what I experienced.
Exactly. There was somebody else's comment I was going to read. Can I remember? I don't know. But who's next, Keena? Because I totally forgot what I was about to read about somebody else.
Oh, I'll find who's next.
I think Keena Lee.
She's indisposed somehow. Yeah.
Oh.
Next is Ingelin Navales.
Oh, a general reading for the month of November. All right, I will pull you a. I'll do 3 cards for you. Are these the right cards? Yeah, they're saying it. So I'll pull 3 cards for you. Don, if you get anything before that, you can go ahead.
Ingela, I'm getting Ingelin. I'm sorry, Ingelin. I'm getting. Are you having a conflict with your sister? I'm getting this kind of conflict energy with you, and is it with your sister? I don't think it's a brother. I think it's a sister. Has there been words that were said to each other that hit somebody the wrong way? The one thing I'm getting from that is just the fact that I'm hearing, forgive them, and move on. Don't make this any worse, because it could get worse. So whatever it was, just let it go and move on. Don't hold the grudge. Don't keep the anger. Just let it go and move on. I know that's not what you're asking. You're asking for a general reading. I'm just telling you what came to me again is there's like a sister conflict or something, or maybe even a sister who's like a friend who's so much like a sister, but I'm getting sister. Again, let it go. Don't hold on to it. You're not going to like the result.
Don, it's that you said that because I saw her immediately in a boat in the darkness, and it's a very narrow stream, so there's an emotional tie to it, but she's stuck up on shore, and they said you can't move because you're stuck on this one part. So in real life, there's something that you're holding on to, that you're stuck on, that you won't let go, and it's an emotional thing, and that's why you're not moving forward. You're stuck. You're basically, your boat is up on the sand, and you can't move forward because you won't let go. They said you're stuck on this one part and you won't let it go. You want, like, you're in the boat and there's things that you could do to get back in the water and move forward. And then again, it's dark. So darkness for me is sadness. It's either sadness, depression, or it's something in secrecy under the cover of night. So there is something that you're holding on to that you won't let go of. So that was along the lines of what Don was saying. Oh, she said brother. Mm-hmm. So Don, you could go ahead if you have any more for her.
No, that's the thing. It kept coming to me is like, don't let this get out of hand. Don't let it get worse. Go ahead and drop the sword and just,
that seems to be what's holding her back, Don. That's why she's not getting any progress, because she's so bound up and wound up about that. Because I was going to pull a card. I was trying to get something psychically, and that's all I kept seeing was the boat. And then when you said what you said, I was like, oh, that's what that is. That's why she's not moving forward, because she's so stuck on that. And then I'm not getting anything else. I'm going to have to pull cards because I'm not getting anything psychically. They just keep going back to let it go, move forward. You're so stuck and you're harping on this one thing, and they're saying you need to move past it. So that's what I'm getting. And they're not even giving me any cards. That is what they're saying. Like, your November could be a lot better if you just let that go. And it's like, it seems it's giving you intestinal issues. Like, they show my intestines in knots, like someone's just squeezing them and they're just in knots and all balled up, because I just won't let this go. And sometimes, when you have things mentally that are bothering you, it manifests physically. So it seems that you're already all bound up. So that's what I'm getting. So that's all I got for Miss Ingelin. I do see coins falling. So they're now showing me, when I read November, I did see coins falling. So I'm thinking that you are going to have some money coming in, or they're showing me the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles for me is like the Lady of Leisure. She has more than enough money, and then they show it as money falling. So it's money that you're going to get, but it seems that you earned. It doesn't seem to be like it's just a gift from the universe. It seems to be money that you've earned and you stacked, and that you'll have more than enough. Stop thinking about scarcity. That's the word they're showing me, scarcity, and then they have a red circle with a line through it. So they're saying, you'll have more than enough. Don't worry about it. You seem to be like the supply and demand chain. That is kind of worry. Is there going to be enough food? Are we going to be able to get this? Should I get it all now? You're very worried about little things that they're saying that you don't need to worry about. You're fine. And you're just basically kind of just winding yourself up. But your November seems that it'll be fine. If you, one, get over this thing with your brother or whatever this emotional thing is, and two, just be a little bit more relaxed. So that's what I got.
Super. Well, hopefully that'll help you. I think that's the more important message that needs to come through to you, because Angie and I both picked it up quickly. So again, that may be what you need to work on in November, to make sure that by November you have reached that topic, you have crossed that bridge, and you've let it go. Because remember, in November there's Thanksgiving, and then Christmas, and all the holidays, Hanukkah, and every other holiday you can imagine. So it's an important time of year to be with family and friends. So you may want to help bury that hatchet now. So.
I'm reading the chat. It all goes down in a private chat. That's all I was reading. Miss GP says she got her cards today, and then Crystal said her cards will be in tomorrow. So everybody's getting their cards. Are you guys practicing in the chat? Feel free to go ahead and practice in the chat. If you get anything from Miss England, then go ahead and let us know, so you guys can pull cards or let us know what your situation. I'm getting the smell of a good hearty food, like somebody preparing a nice hearty dinner. And I'm also getting warm. So Don, are you getting a spirit or something? Because I'm getting warm.
Not yet, no.
I'm getting very warm. And I smell a nice hearty meal, like a beef stew or some kind of something with like beef and potatoes and some kind of like a beef stew. And so I don't know if that's something that relates to you, England, but I'm getting something about a beef stew. Gosh, it's getting so hot in here. And somebody could eat beef stew.
It's funny is I just had the conversation about a beef stew before I went on the air.
Oh, really? I'm smelling it. As a child, I didn't like it. I thought it was just the worst, and I would just eat the meat and potatoes out of it because I, for one, hated cooked carrots and whatever else concoction my mom put in there. Sometimes it would be corn, sometimes it would be green beans, and I just didn't like any of it. Now I appreciate it, but back then I did not. Like I'll eat I'm not kicking a beef stew out the bed now, but back then I hated it. Like anytime my mom said beef stew, I thought, that big stupid beef stew pot.
Yeah. No, we were just talking about that just before I went on air, and I was talking about how the potatoes get the flavor in them, and the carrots, and they just, when you bite the potato, it just kind of melts in your mouth, and you're like, oh my god. So I can't believe.
Oh, Miss Linda says she made ribs last night. I really want some ribs. That's why I was in the store today looking at like, oh, do I want to go through the trouble of buying the ribs and doing all the stuff you need to do? So I was thinking about ribs too.
I've ran out of my rub. I make my own rub, and I just did ribs this past weekend, and now I'm out of rub. So I've got to sit down and make it before I can do ribs again, because I love my own rub. I make my own rub, and then it has to go on there and sit for a little while so it gets in. Oh man, I love it.
Crystal says she hates cooked carrots too. And Kate everybody thinks that they make everything. Oh, Kate says we're making her hungry. I am hungry. And I'm going to have some of this chili because Kina made what'd she say?
White chicken.
She made me some, and I'm going to have some of that when we get off the air.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So who's next? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Don.
Not gonna say next. The same thing. Who's next? As Kina's too busy there. I saw that.
Career reading or what's coming in my life. Okay, career. They immediately showed me like the apparatus you use for mounting stuff on the TV or for holding, like if you had two monitors and you wanted to hold them by an app, by whatever that little mounting thing is. So I saw that. So do you do something in technology or IT or with equipment? I saw that, and I saw that you're wanting to move up to the next level. Like maybe you're a tech 1 and you want to move up to a tech 2 or whatever the next level is. So I do see promotion. I do see you moving up a level. But they're showing it to me like in the IT digital world, kind of. And so I do see you moving up to the next level. You have been diligent. You have been being noticed because they show me eyes on you. Like when you know how you see those two circle eyes and you can do that little emoticon where it's just the two eyes looking like that. That's how they're showing it to me. People have been watching the work that you're doing and they're impressed with it. Not watching because you're doing a bad job, but watching because you're doing a good job. And you will be, I do see promotion for you in that field. If you're not doing exactly, Crystal, those eyes. She says, they said IT, you are interested, not doing it currently. Okay, then I'm getting a yes on that because I clearly see it. So is your decision whether you should go to school or something for it? Because I don't think that you necessarily need to go. I feel like you have a lot of basic knowledge or a lot of self-taught knowledge, and you could start off like maybe as a person when we call into the help center and you're the person that gets us back on track. So maybe there and then move up to the next level. But I do definitely see IT in your future or something if that's what you're pursuing, to just go for it. And your basic knowledge that you already have seems to will help you along the way. So that's what I got. She says, or they said they are job searching. Oh, Crystal said, do you have experience? Because Crystal is the director of IT, so she might be able to help you out if you have some information. And Crystal is on YouTube too. I mean, she's on YouTube, but she's on my YouTube. So you might want to hook up with Crystal because she might have some information about IT. She wants to know, do you see some kind of IT company or your own IT company? I mean, if that's what you want to do, I just see that's what they showed me, the mounting brackets for some kind of computer. So I'm getting that it is IT. You will be successful in it, but I don't know if it's your own business or not. Don, what are you getting?
I'm not picking up anything, Angie. I'm picking up like just a blank. I don't, it's like I'm getting nothing. Sorry.
I'm also getting that you may need to expand your search like out of your state and think of remote jobs, because they're saying some IT jobs can be done remotely. And if you have the experience or you have the knowledge, then you can get a remote job where you just kind of key in or kind of remote into things. So they're saying expand your search in that way also. And then make sure your resume reflects all of the knowledge that you have so that people know what you can and cannot do. So I'm getting expand your search because they're showing me like the World Wide Web. And when they show me the World Wide Web, it looks like spider webs. And so they're making yours expand. You need to expand your search a little bit more and be more open to things. Crystal said definitely remote help desk. So however you want to do it, but that's what I'm getting for you, Pranjit. Is it Pranjit? That's what I got. Mm-hmm. Also, American Express might be a place that you want to go because they are also always hiring for IT and all over the country, all over the nation, because they're kind of everywhere. So look at American Express or Amazon, or there's another place I just saw that was hiring for IT and I can't even think of who it was, but there's a lot of it. Try ZipRecruiter too. ZipRecruiter has a lot of jobs like that. Like they're very good for me at kind of helping you focus in on one field. Like if you want technology, then they're good at helping you to do that too. So that's what I got.
Well, good luck with that.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say good luck with that, and hopefully you'll find looking for it, because I'm unfortunately I'm getting a blank. I'm getting nothing.
Oh, Crystal also said try Indeed. There may be a lot of jobs on there, and then also LinkedIn is another resource of place. I've gotten jobs from LinkedIn, from ZipRecruiter, from one that I don't really get good jobs from is Career Builder, because every time I go on Career Builder, I get scam a whole bunch of scam posts. So definitely ZipRecruiter, definitely LinkedIn, definitely Indeed. Those are very good resources. So they're saying go there. Stuck badly. So clarity is what I'm looking for. I just gave you a complete reading on clarity. I told you about your future in IT. I told you to expand your search. I told you what resources to go to. I don't know exactly what else you're thinking is unless you're going to tell me asking me what to tell you what your next steps is. So I do see a positive future for you. What the one thing you need to do is change your mindset, because you seem to be in a very low vibration mindset where you're in a woe is me and you're wanting a pity party. We're not going to give you a pity party, but we'll give you resources. And again, there is a bright future for you if you expand your options and where you're looking for employment. So that's all I got for you. All right, that's all I got.
Was messing up. Sorry for that. But can I be added? My question is, what next for the rest of the year? Yeah, remember, I think you've read for her before, right, Angie?
I do believe so.
Yeah.
And this is my thing. You can go back and read it, because what you're asking me to do is to really go back to my guides and ask them the exact same thing I already asked, because you don't want to go back and read what your reading was. Like, I've gotten a reading from Don and went right back to it before, but you're wanting to know what's going on for the rest of the year. I'll look. Oh, Keena said you asked about relationships last time. So, okay, let's see what we got. Oh, okay. I don't know what that means, but they're showing me the star card, and the star card is I looked up the meaning of that card specifically in the Light Seers Tarot, and that's how they're showing it to me. And they're saying it's hope. You need more hope. You seem to be in a very downtrodden spirit, like, oh, if this doesn't work, then that doesn't work, and if this, like, you're just piling up the things that are not working. They're also showing me the not the 4 cups, no, the 5 of cups, where you're looking at the things that you're losing or the things that you've lost instead of the 2 cups that you have available. So what they're saying is you're in a very negative space, because they're also showing me the devil card, which is pessimism. And so they're saying you need to change your mindset and stop thinking that just because one thing happens and another thing, you're calling in all of these negative things to you. You need to be in a more hopeful mindset. So they showed me the star card to say, be a little bit more hopeful of things to come, be a little bit more optimistic of things to come, adopt a mantra, adopt a affirmation. I believe in infinite abundance and all my wants and needs are met. You're kind of in a ho-hum mindset, and you're walking into that for the holiday season. Like, it's supposed to be easy breezy, light, and full of laughter and love, and you're kind of in that kind of little in that low vibe area where you're thinking pessimistically. And they're saying, like, have a little bit more hope and have a little bit more of future forward thinking, is how they're saying it to me. You have a lot of desires, or they're saying irons in the fire, like a lot of things that you want to do, or that you started, or that you're kind of cooking, and you don't know which one to concentrate more on. And the thing I heard is, what brings you the most joy? What do you like to do? They're showing me something about doing hair. Do you do hair, or do you want to do hair? Or is that something that you do on the side? Because they're saying, do the one thing that makes you the happiest, that brings you the most joy. Like, I feel like you have, like, oh, maybe I'll be a travel agent. Maybe I'll do hair. Maybe I'll, do this. And they're saying you're looking at it from the money side of it and not from the joy side of it. So what brings you the most joy? And that's what you'll end up making the most money from, because you'll love what you're doing and you'll put your heart and soul into it. So Again, I don't know if they said you're praying, you said you're praying a lot, but they said, are you actually hopeful about what you're praying? You can pray every single day, like, oh, please, make me well. And then wake up in the next morning and be like, oh my gosh, I have this horrible disease, or I have this. And then you negate every single prayer that you have. So you have to have the future forward thinking as you're praying and believe in what you're praying. If I don't believe in what I'm praying, I'm just saying a whole bunch of words. I distinctly remember when Don and Shauna were on, and she said she used to say affirmations, but she put no power behind it. She had no belief behind it. She was just kind of saying it as they were telling her, oh, I believe in infinite abundance and all my wish dreams and wish. Like, you got to have some kind of belief behind it. If you don't believe in it, then how is it, how are you going to move forward with it? So you got to put power behind it. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. And so they're saying you got to believe in what you're saying. Don't just say it. Don't just pray it. Believe it. And then look for evidence of it happening in your life. You're looking for the evidence of things falling apart and you not getting what you want instead of the evidence of things that are happening. What they're saying is you need to kind of just make a list of all the things you've been through, all the lessons you've learned, but all those things you've been through technically are all the things you overcome. So instead of putting them as losses, put them as lessons or things that you're overcome. That changes the whole trajectory of your list. Instead of all the things that have happened bad to me, is look at the lessons I've learned. Look at the things that I've overcome. Look at how far I've come. And that's what they want your focus to be, future forward, not on the losses that you've endured. So that's what I got, Don. She says she's trying to write a book about a past relationship. Go for it. Actually, if you go to my blog, ofA5Says.blogspot.com, you'll find all kinds of stuff on there. And that's what I did. I wrote a book about my experience with religion. I wrote a blog about relationships. Like, there's all kinds of stuff on there. And that can be some of your inspiration too. If you're not ready for the full on book, then you can do little excerpts on your on a blog page, or you can just write it all out. The hardest part about writing the book is just getting it all out. You can go back and critique it later, but just get it all out. Say everything you want to say and then go back and critique it and add and subtract and make the difference. But the first thing you need to do is just get it all out. Just say it, do it, whatever that is.
She says, right. And I also got to forgive my ex to move forward because that's the blockage. Yeah.
You want a closure. I heard you want a closure that you're not going to get. You want to know why he or she did whatever they did to you, and you're just not going to get that. They're saying you need to just decide that this just wasn't the relationship for you and move on. Instead of asking why, ask what's the lesson? What was I supposed to learn? Turn it into a positive. What was I supposed to get out of that situation? This is what happened to me. Boom, 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 boom. What was I supposed to get out of it? Because if you're writing a book about relationships, you need to tell me what was the positive of that, or what you got out of that, or how to overcome that. I don't want to read a book of you just telling me all the sad stories about your relationship. What did you get out of it? What was the lesson? So that's what you need to tell me. What was the lesson that you got out of that last relationship? And then that'll help you move forward instead of harping on, well, why did this happen and why did that happen? Ask spirit, what was the lesson I was supposed to get out of that? And then you'll be able to move forward. You're stuck on the why, and they're saying you're just not going to get a why, and you're not going to get the closure that you want. Just move on.
Yep. And did Albertina, did your relationship with him affect you and your family, and a relationship with you and your family? Because I'm getting a sensing here that there was a conflict between you and your family due to your relationship with him, and it's interesting because I'm not sure that that's healed yet. Is that the case, or am I barking up the wrong tree there? Because again, I'm sensing that there's something that happened between the two of you that caused a problem with your kids. Okay, yeah. You need to get that.
Married?
Was he married?
I'm wondering it because I remember a reading. It was either for her or somebody else, and the person was married, and she didn't know. Maybe it wasn't her, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. I say, wow, this is intriguing. I'm curious. Let me know. Anyway, only the thing that I'm getting again is you got to try to do what you can with to breach that conflict and make sure that you put that to rest, because that's so important. Again, the family chasm should not have been there, should not be there. And no matter what, you need to heal that. That's kind of what's coming through to me more than anything else right now.
Okay, I remember exactly this. This was the one who asked, is there going to be any trouble when she signs the divorce paperwork? And I said, you need to be sure that that's what you really want, because there seemed to be a little bit of hesitation. I remember this reading, and I said, there seems to be a little bit of hesitation. Make sure you're ready to sign on the dotted line. But she said that he's using the kids against her. So I don't know what that situation is, but you've already signed a divorce paper, so I'm assuming that it's all said and done. And so you're just wanting to move forward, but you may need a little bit of time to heal before you jump right into something. I'm thinking you want a new love to replace that love. And they're saying you need to heal. Divorce is like a death. It's an ending. It's the closing of a chapter, and you need some time to reflect on who you are. However long you were married, you were a couple. You know what I'm saying? You were connected. Now you need to find out who you are outside of that marriage, because the person you were going into that marriage isn't the person you are coming out of that marriage. So you need to know who you are without this person now that you're getting a divorce. Who am I standing alone on my own, so that when I meet somebody else, I will know clearly who I am and be sure and stand my ground in who I am, and not just keep bringing in the past circumstances of my life. So give yourself time to get over this situation, find the lesson in it, and move forward. So that's what I got. Yes, I'm taking things slow now because I just got out. Oh yeah, okay, there you go.
And it's interesting because as you're doing that reading, nines, and when you see the nines as from an angel number perspective is that you are better things are coming. Better things are coming in your life, and that you have gone through something that has created a maturity in you and given you wisdom. So take from this experience what you've learned, the lessons you've learned, and make sure you use them properly. And the other thing that came out to me with that is not just an angel number there, but the last card that came out is again transformation and growth. Don't just go through the experience and then try to put it aside. Go through, having gone through the experience, use it as a transformational moment to grow and to learn from it, and to make sure that you don't see it as a bad thing. Again, you can see it as a negative or a positive, but if you put it in proper perspective, you can use it to learn and grow, and therefore not repeat it, for one. And secondly, to ensure that you come to, when you see those same signs in other people's relationships and they come to you and they need to confide in you, you can tell them, I've been down that road. I know what I'm talking about. Let me help you through this. And you're coming from a position of authority that way. So again, use this to your advantage.
Are you thinking about relocating? Because I'm hearing go. He won't stop you. I'm thinking that you want to relocate out of state or out of the area, and you're thinking that he'll hold you back and he won't let you go. They're literally showing me wolf tickets. They said this person is wolf tickets. If you go, he won't chase you. Just go. As long as you allow yourself to be under his thumb, he's going to keep you under your thumb. As long as you feed into what he's saying, he's going to be that way. But once you push back in a way that shows that you're standing strong on who you are, he'll back off, or he's a lot of hot air is how they're making it seem. He's doing what you allow him to do. So if you're thinking about relocating, they're saying go, he won't stop you, just go. And you don't have to make an announcement like, oh, I'm leaving, blah, blah, blah. Pack it up and be ready to go. I got a new opportunity. I found the schools, I found the housing, and go. So I'm getting, go ahead and go. It's a positive thing. And I literally heard Spirit say he won't try to stop you, or he won't interfere. So again, if you have support somewhere else, in which I feel like you are trying to go where you have more support somewhere else, they're saying go. Like you really want a fresh start, and you really want to escape that, and you really want to have something new. Like there's a cloud hanging over you in the area where you are, or in the town where you are. And if you go, that cloud will just kind of dissipate. You need a new, fresh start. That's what I got.
Very good, very good, very good. So who is next?
Crystal said, come to Minnesota. Quit trying to recruit people to Minnesota. Ain't nobody coming over there and being shoveling like 75 feet of snow. We can't do it.
I was saying the same thing. Who in the hell wants to go in
Albertina,
this
if you
time
want
of
to go
year?
somewhere, you can come here and shovel sunshine. Don't believe Crystal. Crystal, we about to be battling. We not giving you none. They all coming this way. Come west. West is the best. That's all I'm just trying to say.
Oh my
Look, we
goodness.
got more crystal shops than she got too. So come here.
Exactly.
All right, so that's all we got for Miss Albertina, and I hope everything works out for you. And again, look into that relocation and see how that moves. But again, I already feel like he may have somebody else that he's already dealing with, and he's just kind of residually effing with you, and that's the word that they use, effing. They use the explicit version of it to keep you under his thumb, but I feel like he's already focused on somebody else, and eventually he'll lose kind of interest in bothering you. So that's what I got, Don.
Super.
That's you.
Yep. So next, Brittany.
She said
Brittany.
she feels better. That's good. I love that.
Super. Brittany says, just a general reading. Will my health improve? Should I pay more attention to it, both physical and mental? Child, as soon as you ask that question, you know what you need to do. Come on, Brittany. Come on, Brittany. You know, yeah.
That's my spirit animal saying, don't come in here with that. Don't come in here with that. Fix your face. You should always pay attention to your physical and mental health. Like, why would I? What do you expect me to tell you? No, you should always pay attention to your mental and physical health if you wanted to improve. Again, one of the things that helped me immensely was just drinking water. Literally, I didn't have to go to a doctor or anything, but you should pay. And this is truly the reading, the information that I'm receiving. Pay more attention to what your doctors are saying. You're discounting it. And it seems to me like you're using old remedies or household remedies and things instead of what they're telling you to do. Like, oh, well, somebody told me to take a salt bath and that should cure everything. That should pull all the impurities out. They're saying, listen to your doctor. Always pay attention to your physical and mental health. I'm never going to tell you, no, just neglect your whole body. I'm never going to say that. Always pay attention to your mental and physical health. But there's things that you can do. You can go see a therapist. You can listen to your doctor. You can eat better. You can meditate. You could go for walks. You could get sunshine. You could go out in nature. There's all things you could do single on your own, but also under the care of a doctor. So definitely pay attention to your mental health and definitely do what your doctor says, because I kind of get that you're not totally listening to everything that they're saying. It's kind of, all right, they said take it for 10 days. I'm going to take it for 5 days. Then I'm going to start doing this because if I put them together, then it'll work out. No, do what your doctor says. And if you don't think that the advice that your doctor is giving you is accurate, then get another doctor is what I'm hearing, or another therapist. Like, you know that they make a whole bunch of them. Like, people graduate every year and you can always get a new therapist. You can always get a new doctor. So definitely pay attention to your mental health. Definitely your mental health. And they're stressing mental health now because it's about to be the holiday season. And a lot of people don't enjoy the holidays as everybody else. If you don't have family or you have some kind of conflict with your family, sometimes the holidays isn't a great time for you, or the pressure to buy gifts and you don't have money. So they're saying definitely pay attention to your mental health. And they're telling me something about telling you to stay off of social media so much, because I think it tends to kind of trigger you. And you see people, family, friends, and other people living what you think is the best life ever, when all you're getting is kind of highlights. Like, you may see me post all kinds of funny things throughout the day, but I could have had a crappy day. That's just my way of countering the negative with the positive, making myself laugh, making others laugh. And then the comments from the people in there also help me with what, I'll post something, then somebody else will make a comment, then I'll make a comment. And before you know it, we're having a nice joke and my vibration is higher, my outlook is higher. So they're saying you may need to pull back, or kind of trim your circle of people that you're that you have on your social media, and get a more positive group. Like, this is a great positive group for you to like, share, comment, subscribe, and become a part of our community. So, get a better tribe of people who will support you mentally, and help you to get on a higher vibration. A lot of it is just self-talk because they're again showing me that devil, and that's that pessimism. That's that negative self-talk that I can't, I don't know. I'm trying to make it a future forward. I am. Instead of I'm trying to get on a higher vibration, I'm working on improving my vibration. I'm working on listening to my guides. I'm working on that's forward. I am in the positive motion of doing it forward. Not I want to, that's future maybe. That's something that might happen or might not. I want to own a Cadillac truck or whatever it is that I want. That's future forward, but I'm working toward doing blah, blah, blah is a present positive. I'm doing it right now to get to where I want to be. So that's one of the things that I'm getting for you, Miss Brittany. Don, that's all I got.
Super. That's a great reading. Great reading, by the way. Fantastic job. Sorry, I was just typing something, finishing a little type something there. Sorry.
First of all, stop laughing at me. I was serious. Oh, and Miss Albertina, I don't know if you're still here. Don, if you're going to go ahead. But I was going to make a comment for her, but go ahead, Don. Don, are you
Did I lose you? Did you lose me?
You're back. You're back.
Are you back? Yeah, because I was like, something happened there. Freak. I was like, alrighty then. Oh man. It's interesting, Brittany. I just got the split card, which is interesting because it kind of was feeling. I'm feeling. Are you having like? Are you hearing voices? Are you? I'm getting the sense that you're hearing voices, or you're hearing, and you're spooked by this. Because you're hearing voices, or you're hearing thoughts, and they're not. You don't think they're yours. And Brittany, guess what? They're not yours. But you shouldn't be afraid of them. You are sensing. Your spirit guides are talking to you, and you're thinking you're crazy. You're thinking you're having some issues. You're thinking you're having some moments or something. I'm telling you, you're not. I'm sensing that you're having some voices happening with you, and that you're having the opportunity. You're at a place in your you're at a place where, guess what? You need to wake up. You're psychic. And whether you want it to be or not, we all are, but you have suppressed it for a long time. These voices are real, but and you're right, they're not yours. They're not yours. They are they're spirit guides. And so guess what? Start talking to them. Start communicating with them. So many other people have tried. They come and they get to know. They come and work with Angie and some other people, and they want desperately to be able to hear what you're hearing. They would pay money to have that happen. So embrace it, that you have a natural connection to your spirit guides, that they're comfortable to talk to you, and that you're open to hearing them. So start communing with them and make sure that they're open to communicating more with you. They're telling you stuff you need to hear, you need to know. And what you do, it's not the gift you have to worry about. It's what you do with it. So you make the choice whether you do something with it or not. But don't be afraid of the gift. The gift is already there. So enjoy it. And I do call it a gift. It is a gift. I'm thrilled that I'm given this gift. And it's not a gift. I'm thrilled that I'm given the opportunity. It's more of an opportunity because we all have the gift, as I would say. It's the opportunity. So Brittany, open yourself up to listening to it. And if you want to ask, I think you should ask and talk to them, ask questions, whatever. And then ultimately, the one thing you should do is that know that you can do whatever you want with the information, but get the information just to have it, because you never know what you can do with it or what you might want to do it in the future. Anything else you got, Shauna? I mean, Angie, I am so messed up.
She said, sometimes I wonder if it's my own thoughts or if I'm imagining it. You can ask, is this my higher self? Is this from the true, higher self? Is this the most accurate? Like, you can question the spirit. The one thing that Tina, our mentor, told us that helped me immensely was you can question the spirit. You don't have to take everything at face value. You can ask the spirit. Listen, I question them to the ends of the earth. Sometimes they be like, don't do it, Angie. Don't. not today. We don't want 50 questions. We're not playing 20 questions. We told you what to do what to do. And if I ask too many questions, then they send my guide Irene in, and she don't even hear my questions. She say what she gonna say, and then she be gone, like poof, like a puff of smoke. She be gone. So ask the spirit. Is this my higher self? Is this my ego? That is the one thing that I've learned to deal with, is say, I want to, suppress my ego. Is this ego or is this higher self? Is this ego? Is this source? Is this ego? Is this my guide? Like, what is it? So that's kind of what it is. Your ego is kind of drowning out you progressing to the next level, because the more you connect with your higher self, the less your ego can control what you're doing. So again, ask, is this ego or is this my higher self? And then kind of get a gauge on what you feel it is. You have that gut check. What does it feel right? Sometimes I'll get information. I'm like, that don't sound right. And I'll say, is this true and accurate to the best, for my highest good? And sometimes I'll get a no. Sometimes I'll get a yes. So I ask, I question. So that may be what you need to do. Just question the spirit, or question the source, or question the information. Why would I receive that information? Is it for my highest and greatest good, or is it to my detriment? Why would you not want me to do it? So say you were going to buy a house and they're like, no, don't go to buy a house. Why are you telling me not to buy it? Is it because it's a bad time in the market, or is it just to prevent me from having home ownership? You need to question the spirit, as question the source of the information, and figure out what it is. Again, joining a community of people who can help you with that. Tuesday nights, we have class, advice at Sonoran Mystic Tarot. Send an email, join the class, and you can find out information on how to get more in tune with your guides, or whoever you're receiving the information from. So again, join our community, come to class, learn about how to expand and how to go to the next level, because you are on track. You just need to be a little bit more focused on the source of the information in your case. Like, where's it coming from? How do I join the list if I'm not on Facebook? All of the lists feed into. Okay, so wait, my screen went. I was like, oh my God, like 50 different tabs opened up. Okay, oh my gosh, that was weird. Okay, okay, technology is really kicking my butt today. For those who are asking how to join a list, the list is closed for tonight. The people that are going across the bottom are the people who are on the list and who we have next. But usually you just post your comment. That's how you join the list. And then Kina, who is manning the chat, would tell you if you made the list, and then she would take your question. So if you're not already on the list, then you've missed the opportunity tonight. But again, Don will be back on in the morning, and he will be on with Shauna at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is West Coast time, and then 10 a.m. East Coast time. So you can get on the list tomorrow morning. But again, make sure that you are subscribed to both me and Don's pages, so that you'll know every time we go live, because Don will be live tomorrow, and then I'll also be live again on Sunday, and then Shauna will be live again on Monday. So there's lots of opportunities for you to get a free reading and for you to get some insight. So again, come back tomorrow, and also make sure you subscribe to both me and Don's pages, so you can get all the most accurate information.
And so you don't need to be on Facebook. On YouTube, you can get your own list on YouTube too. I mean, you're already on here by talking to us, so you know that works. So you don't have to be asking via Facebook. You can ask via YouTube. Again, if you see yourself here, if we're talking to you, that means we're connected. So just be here on time, and so where you can get the reading.
Pamela, I don't know when you came into the list. You said you don't see your name on the list. Did you post a question? Kina closed the list about a half an hour or so ago, I think. So if you weren't already on the list and you didn't post a question, again, I made the announcement at the beginning. Kina doesn't put you on the list until you post a question. She needs to know what your question. Just saying, can I be added to the list? Oh, she says, no, you didn't make the list, and you knew that you didn't make the list. You've been here for 2 hours. What is the question that you posted? Because Kina is saying that she didn't see a question. And if you didn't post a question, then you didn't make it to the list, because Kina does not put you on the list until you post your question. So we have something pinned, because we pin your question exactly as you post it. We pin it so we can read it exactly as you posted it. So if you did not post a question, you did not make the list, ma'am. There's no need in putting it on there now because you've already missed it. But tomorrow, Keena will be back in there. And I'm sorry if you think that you should have made the list, but I didn't see it. And actually, this is my first time seeing you on the list. But Keena has been diligently managing all 9 platforms, and she didn't see you on there either. So, okay. Who's next, Keena? And Crystal, you are right. Technology has been hitting me so hard. Like, it is kicking my butt. Like, literally, the whole screen just went black, and 5 other YouTube channels and 5 other Yahoo pages just opened up. So technology is like, shut up, Angie. So I'm gonna shut up.
Not to beat the dead horse there, but Pamela, you may have posted it, but you may have posted it after the list was closed. Therefore, you didn't make the list. And
just because you see it on your platform doesn't mean that it came through before everybody else's. Again, Keena is filtering in questions from 9 different platforms. So all of those are coming into us at once. And so just because you only see 2 or 3 on your platform doesn't mean that that's all we see. We are getting them from 9 different platforms. And so she posts them as they come through. And if you didn't make the list, we're sorry. But again, Don will be there. Or you can stick around until the end and maybe somebody gets kicked off and then we don't get to do anything. But you don't seem to have any pressing question because your question was a general. So I don't think that your issue is very pressing. But again, Don will be back on in the morning.
Absolutely. So next is Whitney, and Whitney says, may I please have a general or some guidance? Absolutely, Whitney.
I immediately saw the police, but I heard them say, stop policing people. Like, are you being the person that's policing everybody else? Like, I heard that they show you like with a magnifying glass and you're just kind of looking down at everybody, surveying every single thing that everybody does. And you're like, it's like, you're looking down on it, looking for a fault, looking for something that people are doing. So you're finding fault, instead of finding they're saying instead of building a bridge, you're finding fault and you're building a brick wall to keep people out or to the word they're using, not necessarily shame people, but you're building you're building a wall instead of a bridge, and they're saying build a bridge and stop being so harsh. Like they literally show you with the microscope, with the magnifying glass, and you're just looking for anything that you can that could be a fault for someone. So they're saying lighten up a little bit and stop policing everything that everybody does. And I don't know if that's it at work or if that's in your family life. I'm getting that it's a little bit of crossover of both, like you're extra rigid on both at home and at work. And they're saying stop policing everybody. You don't have to be so micromanage is the word they're using. You don't have to be so, strong into their life like that. So that's what I got. I'm not even gonna say that. That was the exact word that I heard, Crystal. Oh, Don, we can't hear you. Oh, okay. Oh, Don is on a call. Okay, it's okay. No, she didn't, and she no. Okay, so okay. That's what I got for for Miss Whitney. So I basically I'm getting just kind of stop, like they literally just keep showing me police sirens and you looking for an issue or something to kind of find fault in someone. They're saying just lighten up a little bit. You don't have to be that rigid. And I don't know if that's the nature of your job where you're supposed to find incident or you're supposed to make sure people are doing their job appropriately, but you seem to be doing it to a little bit to the extreme, and they're saying just loosen up a little bit. So that's what I got.
What I'm sensing is that right now you're going through an emotional period. You're going through, your chakras are not lined up. Look at that. Your chakras are not lined up. And so it's kind of when your chakras are out of line, you kind of you feel like you're hitting sideways and like things are hitting you in inopportune times. And and all kinds of messy stuff. So know that it's not necessarily you, but it's your chakras. And if I were you, I would go on YouTube, do some searching on YouTube for meditations to align your chakras and listen to those meditations, or go to a Reiki healer if you have one or know of one close by. A Reiki healer can help you. But I'm getting a feeling like your chakras are out of line and they need kind of alignment. And that's causing you some emotional feelings and some things that you don't use, that you don't know, that they're not part of you usually. And so embrace the fact that it's a small tweak. Okay, that's what I'm getting.
I'm also getting that, gosh, what was I going to, you said something about aligning her chakras, and I'm getting like this is out of your norm. Like you're frustrated, and this is the way that you're doing it, is that you're being a little bit outside of who you are. And so it's not normally who you are. You're doing this, but it's kind of a power control thing. Those are exact words that I heard: power and control. You can't, whatever you can't control, you're extremely controlling everything else. So if I can't control this thing, then the thing that I can control, I'm going to hold on to it really tight, and I'm going to be very rigid and very strict with it, because this is what I have control over. So you're having a power control struggle issue. And again, it may, like Don said, align your chakras and get that in order, and then maybe you won't have such a struggle. You'll be able to loosen it up a little bit. And they're showing it kind of more of a, you know, a river, or more of a rhythmic flow, instead of such of a rigid grinding. Right now you're grinding instead of going for a flow. And they're saying you're trying to control the things that you do control, you're controlling to the extreme. And the things that you have no control over is making you be even tougher on the things that you do. So they're saying, just lighten up a little bit, get your mental in order, like your own self, your own inner self, and then move forward. So that's what I got on that, Don.
Super. With that said, shall we move on? Who is our next person there, Kina?
Okay. So it's, who is it? Angels Will Fly. Oh my gosh, glad that you're back. If y'all need more people, general. Okay. A general for November. Angels Will Fly. We haven't seen your name in so long. And I always love your picture because you have that eye, and I feel like it's piercing right at me. But I feel like it's your third eye that is really being welcoming to you. So I'm going to I always love seeing you in there. So hold on one second. I'm just looking for one more thing before I go ahead and, nope, that's not gonna work. I was looking for something else, but never mind. I'll go ahead and do your reading. Okay. So the question was, whatever, Crystal. You don't even know what I was looking for, so don't even think it was a technology thing, but it was a technology thing, and I ain't even gonna say nothing. If you want to help, leave Minnesota, get on a plane and come here and fix my computer and help me to get it all guided together. Look, my screen been blacking out. I think that's my laptop just giving up, like, give up the ghost. I'm about to go and get that Surface Pro. That's what I want. I'm gonna go ahead and get that Microsoft Surface Pro. I already saw a premonition of me, so y'all don't have to recommend nothing. I already saw me with the computer. Calm down, people. All right, so she wants a general for November. Let me see what information I'm getting for November. They're actually skipping over November and going to December. November, Surface Pro has the most issues. Really, my brother works in IT and he does networking, and he's had 2 of them and he loves them. He even recommended them to me and told me they were the laptop version of it, not the actual tablet version, but he has the Surface, the Microsoft Surface, and he loves them. And so that's when I mentioned it to him, he said he's loved them and he's had great success with both of them. So that's what I wanted. And then he also said that he had success with it. So that's kind of where I'm going with the Surface Pro. Okay, November. So again, when I went to November, they skipped over November and said you already know what's going in November. You already have November planned out. Like they're saying November is going to be routine and exactly the way that you anticipated it being. But December is where your excitement is coming. They're showing me the heart eyes for December, like a face. They're showing me that emoji with the two heart eyes, and they're saying that's what your December is going to be, love. Like you're going to have love coming in. You're going to meet this person. It seems to be like out on like they're showing me a grocery store. So I don't know if you'll be grocery shopping, but you'll be out going about your regular routine day, and this person will bump into you or you'll have this kind of interaction with them. So I'm getting that December is the month that you should be concerned about, because I'm getting that November will float along routinely and everything will go just as planned or just as it's been. But December is when you're going to get the flutters and the heart kicks, and you'll take that through this person that you'll meet. You'll kind of get to know each other through December. And then in January, it'll continue a little bit more. I do see like Valentine's Day. So I'm assuming that this person will be around through Valentine's Day, because I'm seeing balloons falling. I'm seeing dinner. I'm seeing candlelight. And I'm seeing that you will like have a good time with this person. You didn't even ask about love, and look at that, love came right up for you. I guess that's Crystal hoping that we do more love readings. So here's a love reading, and it was impromptu and you didn't even ask. But I am getting that December is the month that you're going to find love. You're going to have a good success with it. It won't be for, as we say, as Crystal said, as Alicia always says, it'll be a fun time, not a long time. So you'll be with this person maybe through February, March, sometime the first quarter or second quarter of the year, and then maybe it'll fizzle out. But again, that's based on the decisions that you made. But I do see that love is coming, and you'll have a nice December. You'll end the year like you'll have somebody to kiss at the end of the year, like for that New Year's boom, boom, boom. You'll have somebody to kiss. So I am seeing goodness for November, for December. November, again, routine. A little increase in your finances. Like I see you going to the mailbox, and they're showing. I heard the word mailbox miracles. Me and my sister used to use that all the time. And then someone in class last night also used the word mailbox miracle. And that just reiterated something that we've always said, mailbox miracles. So I see you going to the mailbox and getting like a refund or some money back from something, because it's a check made out to you. So a little bit of money in November that you weren't expecting. And then December, a little bit of romance. To give you a nice boom for the new year. Hey, now, I like when there's a boom for the new year. All right, so that's all I got for you, Miss Angels Will Fly. So who's next, Keena? Hi, Sally. Nice to see you. The list is closed, Sally. Sorry. Don will be on in the morning, and you can join the list then. You're welcome, Angels Will Fly, and I hope that helps, and I hope it works out. I hope you come back and tell me like what's going on for December, or who you met and how everything's going. And it seems like it'll be toward the beginning of December, because I see a first, like they're showing me the one, so December 1st. So it'll be a toward the beginning of December that you'll meet this person. All right. So Arkisha, let's see. You already put in for it. I expected you to get it months ago. Miss Arkisha, are you still here? Because I know that I don't know if you work in the evenings, and so sometimes you jump on and off, and you're unable to get the reading. But if you're still here, I'm just going to tell you what I see, regardless, because I'm already getting the information. Oh, yep, you're here. So the information is coming in. So I expected you to get the position a while ago. So are you applying for different positions and or so? Because I was getting that you should have got this in the summer. I've been seeing this since the summer, and I was expecting you to already have this position. So I don't see any reason for you not getting it. So are you applying for different positions? Because I saw you moving from the floor to a more administrative or more around behind the scenes. Like maybe you work actually out on the floor now, and then this job was to take you off of the floor. So I was expecting you to already have it. I saw it as a summertime promotion. I still see it as a promotion. I'm going to pull a card for you to see what I get regarding the job, because you asked for a time frame. And so, and I don't have my pendulum to even ask the question that I wanted to ask. I don't know where I put the pendulum, because I was going to ask the question, like, are you still going to get the promotion? But I do still see it as a positive thing. So let me pull some cards and see what they're giving me. Let me see what's your hurdle or what's your conflict? That's the first question I'm going to ask. What is Arkisha's hurdle or conflict that's been keeping her from getting the job? So let me see what pops out about that. She said, maybe it's next year. No, I saw it for this year. She said, yes, I'm here at work. Oh, you're at work. Okay. And I think that you want a better time frame. Like you want to go to an AM time frame. You don't want to work evenings anymore is what I'm thinking that you're trying to go for. And I'm getting a yes on that. As soon as I said it, I saw 9 to 5, like your schedule drastically changing and you'll be a morning to midday person and not a late night, because I get that you're tired of that and you want your afternoons back. And so I do see that. I do see administrative, like I do see admin, like you're definitely, like I see you looking out on the floor. So I get that you are moving from the floor to a more behind the scenes role. And I still get a yes on that. But I was trying to get a card to see what your hurdle was. And so I'll keep trying to get that. Oh, something fell out. Let's see. Yeah, none of these have to do with a hurdle. So let me see. Because I got the 9 of Pentacles, which means that there's independent wealth. You know, I always see her as a lady of leisure, somebody who has good money. So that means, yes, you are going to get it. So that's one thing I got. Then I got the King of Swords, structure, routine. That's you being able to make a decision based on your head, not your heart. So logically thinking and making a choice on a job. So are there multiple jobs that you're thinking about? I'm going back to school to get another degree so I can really be more qualified. So you said salary. I heard 80 to 100. I don't know if that's what you're making now, but I definitely heard an 80. As soon as I read the word salary, I saw 80 to 100. So I don't know if that's what you're looking for or if that's close to where you are, but I saw 80 to 100 as a salary. And then I also saw holding on too tight. You're holding on to something too tight. So maybe you're holding on to the possibility of this too tight, but I got the 4 and it's holding on too tight. That's the word that stuck out to me. Usually sometimes it's about, they're saying like control, possessiveness, like you're holding on to something, and it doesn't necessarily have to be money, but it's something material that you're holding on to. Was there a conflict with like a relationship or some kind of, and a relationship doesn't have to be romantic, but was there some kind of conflict between you and somebody at work that would have prevented you from getting a promotion or would have prevented you from moving forward? But I do see a yes on the promotion. I heard 80 to 1,000, and I do see it still coming. But I didn't get any reason as to why you didn't get it, except for ask you if there was some kind of relationship or some kind of issue with somebody at work that could have possibly caused you not to get it, or some kind of conflict that would have made you not get the job. Because with the King of Swords, they were very much head over heart. Make sure you're now in the state where you're making your decision based on your head and not your heart. They were very much making that to be the thing that they wanted me to say to you on that. So that's all I got, Don.
Super. And it's about the position itself is what you're asking for, right?
She wants to know, is she still going to get that? Like, what's the time frame for her getting it? She's already applied. What's the time frame? And I told her I thought she would have gotten it in the summer, like, because I remember we've read for her before. She's a lady who works for Chrysler.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting. It seems like the timeline the initial timeline for the opportunity you were looking for changed. So it's not something you did. It's something that, again, for the job that you were looking for, that timeline changed for that position, and it had nothing to do with you specifically. So it wasn't as that like if you were a nominee or whatever. This is just that position itself. They've decided to, again, transition with it later. I'm getting something like, again, between 3 and 4 months. I still three or 4 months down the road, and it could be weeks. But the energy I'm getting is more month energy, not week energy. But that's kind of what I'm sensing here. Yeah. Yep. It's like, yeah, there's some things up in the air. There's some things up in the air right now about your employer and whether your employer is expanding or not, because I think that your employer is worried about some of the economic things they're seeing. So I think this is part of that concern, is that, again, it has nothing to do with you or your abilities. It's their concern about what they're going to be facing next year. And is this position something that if they fill it, is it going to be a problem? Will they have to reduce it? Whatever. And once you're hired, you're hired. So they're like, we can't make that decision until we're sure that this position needs to be there.
Okay, so when you said they're thinking about their future or what the climate is going to be like, I heard that's the relationship issue, the relationship between the economy, like the buyer. What are the buyer attitudes? Because when I saw relationship, I thought, oh, is there some kind of conflict with somebody at work? And they're saying the relationship to the economy. What are the buying habits? Are we moving along? And so that's the delay. Okay, because I'm like, I saw you getting this job in the summer. Like, I don't understand why you don't have it. And so that makes sense, is that you're not that was the delay. Okay, so that's what the relationship issue is. And then I still think that you're going to get it. There was something else she said. She thought they would have opened another shift. You are correct about the company. Are you trying to get a because you mentioned shift, are you trying to get a day shift job? Because that's what I keep getting is, yes, you'll get that day shift. You'll finally get it. And because I see you like that transition period with you having to get up very early and do your routine, you being a little bit groggy. So they're saying you'll have to become a day person, because I feel like you've maybe done this for a while. And they're also saying you don't have to apply for only union positions. You may want to expand the scope of what you're looking for, and try for other positions that you are qualified. Oh, and that was the last thing. You said you wanted to go back to school. Maybe wait till you get into the position, because I don't know if they'll pay for it, but I'm seeing like maybe salary, like that'll be a part of your benefit package, is that maybe they'll help you pay for school. So make sure that you look into that before you start paying for school yourself or getting yourself into that kind of debt. But I'm definitely getting that you probably could get some assistance from your employer.
Super.
Oh, and Angels Will Fly says she's an economist and she says we're looking at a drop next year. A drop in sales or a drop in price, Angels Will Fly. Oh, she said yes, they still do pay for school, and definitely a different position. Okay, well, there you go. That's all I have now.
Super. Well, that's what I had to. Again, I don't think it has anything to do with Arcacia. It is not an evaluation on you or your skills or whether you work. It is about the position itself and how the position is with the company's plan. So again, don't take it personally. Don't take it as in you're being accepted or rejected. It's not about that at all. Okay. Who is next? Who is next in line?
Jen, if you're feeling bullied at work, you can go to HR or you can find another job. You said gone through a lot, guidance on job stability, but feel bullied at work and want the best career for me long term. Definitely. Gosh, you asked a whole bunch of questions in that paragraph. The only part that stuck out to me is if you're being bullied at work, you can go to HR and report that. And if you're not happy at work, leave. I'm not a person that's going to stay in an environment where I'm not happy for whatever reason. I'm going to move on. And so if you're not happy at work, that would be the best remedy, is to find another place that you want to work or go to HR and let them know that you don't feel that you feel like you're being bullied at work, and document.
She works in HR.
Damn. Oh, then you might want to go to the ethics hotline. Literally, I'm working on a contract for the ethics hotline. So maybe you should go to the ethics hotline and be like, look, this is a situation that I'm going through. And it's not working out for me. Wait a minute. You work in HR, you know the rules and guidelines. What? Okay. Heather D, let's see.
Heather D, are you here? If you are, let us know, please, before we read you. because we ain't doing something if you ain't here. So please, Heather, let us know if you are here. And while we wait for Heather, who's the fishing person? The person who loves to fish. I'm getting a fishing energy, but I'm also getting, I'm getting a fish. Somebody, yes. Who's the fishing person here online? There's somebody online that loves to fish. And so I'm getting a lot of fishing energy. Oh, Lord. Jen,
Angels. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh no, this was just a comment about angels will fly, saying that we're going to end up in a recession, depression, and it's going to hit everything, not just one particular market. So she's saying the prices of cars aren't going to go down. Well, if we're in a recession or a depression and can't nobody buy a car, why would the prices continue to go up?
Exactly. Yeah. Well, I was getting a connection to somebody who loves to fish, and so
Paul
I guess
Black says that he loves to fish.
Okay, but do you fish a lot? Because I'm getting somebody who really is like a lover of fishing. It's like this, they're drawn to fish, and I'm being drawn to them. Do you sell something, Paul? Do you sell like at a flea market or do you sell something like at flea markets or what do you call it, farmers markets or something like that? Because again, this person, I'm getting like selling stuff at farmers markets and then fishing.
Cindy is saying, y'all, can y'all please be honest and don't just keep saying me because you want to read and like.
So Cindy, are you saying you that you fish or you that you sell or you that do both? I get a face, I get a no, I get a, I mean, oh Lord, I'm musing.
Lacey says, I'm holding a funeral for my mom this Sunday on my deceased dad's birthday, and I have been begging everyone to come and fish.
Yeah, but Lacey, do you sell something? Cindy says yes and yes. Okay, so Cindy, you might be the one. So what do you sell, like printed shirts or something? What is it you sell at markets? Are you selling like printed materials? Because I'm getting the fishing energy and the selling energy. I'm seeing white tents. Look at my profile pic. I can't see your profile pic, darling. My eyes, it's a little icon for me. I can't see. I'd have to exit out of my program, and I'm not exiting out of my program. Sorry. So Cindy, if you're trying to allude to the fact that your profile pic shows a farmer's, I don't know what it means, but the point is I was getting your energy. So that's what I was getting drawn to you for some reason, and that's why I was asking the question.
She says she loves bass fish and she gives the fish away.
Oh, you give the fish away. And that's where the market comes in, because you give the fish away at the market? Like at farmers markets or something? Is that how that works then? And I'm trying to figure out why you came in and why this energy is so strong, why I'm being drawn to you about this. And I haven't quite got that figured out yet.
Okay, so as soon as you said that, I'm trying to figure out why. I heard abundance, because fish to me are abundance and prosperity. So I'm wondering if that's where it's going, or also fish have to do with pregnancy. So I don't know. I'm just saying.
She says she has a Facebook page. Okay. But your Facebook fishing page is not what's coming to my mind right now. So it's not something about your marketing or whatever you're doing there. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know why I'm being drawn to you specifically. Angie may be making the point. Well, Angie's point may be right. Is that we're drawn to you to let you know that that you're blessed and thank you for the abundance. I'm not sure. Is there somebody that you used to go fishing with that has passed recently, a male? And so again, somebody you used to fish with or would spend time talking about fishing. She does. She just sends it. She gives it to the sick and the elderly people. Oh, that's a wonderful thing. You're quite altruistic. Altruistic. Yeah, That's a wonderful thing to do. But have somebody recently passed who was a fishing person that used to go fishing with you? Because again, maybe that again, there's an energy about fishing and you and again the markets. Are you in like? Are you in, I don't know, Kentucky? I don't know. I'm getting green. I'm getting lush. Are you in Kentucky or something? I don't know. Anyway, I just feel like I'm getting an energy from somebody who passed away that used to fish with you, and they're just kind of bringing attention to you and just kind of say hi. I guess you were doing a flyby. I don't know. Anyway, yes, I understand you give them to the sick and elderly. I understand. So I don't know. Again, it could be somebody who passed away that you used to fish with. I don't know. Who's next, Angie? Just know that whoever it was saying hi to you.
I think Heather D was next.
Heather D. What's Heather D? Let me look. I'm looking it up right now. Oh.
Oh, she never answered. Okay, Heather D. Going once, going twice. Tina has pinged you. We're now saying your name. If you are here, go ahead and let us know, or we're going to move on to the next person, which is Rhea. Rhea, are you here? Cindy is in Kentucky, Don.
You are in Kentucky, and your dad just passed. Okay, thank you, Cindy. I think that's what I'm getting is your dad's energy here. Okay, it's connecting. I don't know if it's like a delay or something. That's why it was taking. Yes. So thank you. Your father, that's the person. Your father's here. I guess he realized you're in the chat right now. So he came in and he told me about, okay, so he's here and he's all that work, unfortunately, is for him to just tell you that he loves you. He loved you and that you're there. He also, I'm getting the feeling like you're going through a bit of a rough spot right now. And maybe that's why he came in, because he just wants to let you know that he's there and he's with you. But know that he's here and that he came through for you today, because again, he told me about the Kentucky. He told me that fishing. He told me about again, he showed me some white tents and things like that, and you giving and with the fish. But also I got some printed something, like you have a shirt or something printed, because he was telling me about printed material, printed shirt. I don't know how that fits in, but yeah, okay. So yeah, I think I'm almost certain this was for you then, Cindy. I haven't gotten the name yet. He hasn't given me a name. Do not give me a name, by the way. Don't offer the name, because it may come to me. But yeah, he's here, and he just wanted to let you know that he loves you and that he's there in the rough times too. Okay. So now back to where we were. Did Rhea whatever pop in? Rhea, are you here?
Rhea is here. Yeah.
Super.
Wait, what happened to Heather? Oh, Heather D never did. Okay, so it's Rhea.
He never
now.
responded.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Heather D, you missed your opportunity. We have been waiting a long time, so we're on to the next person, Miss Rhea.
And Miss Rhea wants to know what's next in her love life. Rhea, are you ready to take the lid off the cookie jar? What's up here?
Oh my gosh, Don, at the same time that you started talking, I just saw a waterfall. Like, we got action. We got action.
It's going to get messy.
We got action.
Oh my goodness.
Somebody's about to drown.
Exactly. Who's next in your love life?
Crystal asks, what was that weird thing I did? When you were trying to get the person from Kentucky to tell you what was going on, I distinctly heard like chirp, 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 like birds. And I'm like, well, ain't no birds in here. But then I had to look to see if a bird had come in here. And the little light thing was chirp, chirp, chirping, like it was giving the confirmation of what you were saying. And it kind of threw me off, because I'm like, well, who's there? Who's talking to me? So that's what was going on, Crystal. I didn't know what was going on in the room. Like chirp, chirp, chirp. And I don't know.
Rhea says, Rhea says, "Give me that cookie jar. I haven't been dated or in a relationship for almost 7 years after my divorce." Oh, baby, you need you.
That's
Yeah, you
why
need
it was a
more.
waterfall, honey. Somebody is about to drown.
Oh my God! And make sure you bring some air, canned air to blow the cobwebs away. Chirping again. Maybe somebody's there with you, Angie.
Do
I
y'all
don't know.
hear the little tweet, tweet, tweet in the background? Okay, because I can hear, and I just keep being like, okay, I don't know. Listen, if you hear, go ahead and say what you gonna say, but that's what I'm going.
You better ask Samuel to clarify that one.
Listen, I want to know who my son worked for because promptly on Wednesday nights he gets his deposit in his account, and it'd be like, I ain't never know nobody to be that prompt. They usually don't do it till midnight the next day. He gets his promptly.
Oh my goodness. Hell yeah.
And I always be like, well, how much money he got? He got more money than me. And I just bought him. Listen, you know what? He gonna have to start dishing out his own because he's in the larger digits now.
And Kina, by the way, while you're looking down over there, I'm waiting for my better mug. So this is a reminder. You said, we're gonna hold you
He
to
said,
this.
I can do it. Listen, you don't put your foot in your mouth, so go ahead and look, get the stamping them cups out. Psh, psh,
exactly.
psh.
Every time you see me take a drink, it's a reminder. It's gonna haunt you. You're gonna say, damn, I don't want to ever see that damn glass again because I'm gonna continuously remind you, Kina. Oh, now she says when she gets the tools to do it. Exactly. Now it's like, okay, but when? It's like, okay, I see how it goes. We're good.
Miss Rhea, I definitely feel like someone is coming in literally like but I get a passionate, a very passionate, like fast moving energy that comes in and just kind of, I don't want to say love bombs you, but kind of surrounds you with that affection that you need to kind of get you back in there. This isn't a long time romance. This is kind of get you back in the saddle, and it's to teach you how to ride a bike again. That's what I got. And then I got wish upon a star, like you've been hoping and wish, like you have hope. They're not saying you have the absence of hope. The star card is hope, wishing on a star. I'm hoping this coming. I'm praying for this. I'm believing in it. This is confirmation that it's coming. Everything you've been asking for is coming. That's how I'm hearing it. Like not in that you haven't been hoping enough. You've been praying. You've been wanting it. It's coming. What you desire is coming. What can I say? Save a horse, ride a cowboy, like Don say. Save a horse, ride a cowboy. But I do get somebody's coming in, and it was the Knight of Wands, which is usually fast-moving energy, passion. Somebody who comes in quick, makes you super, super happy, super, super hot and heavy, super, super warm. And then it kind of fizzles out. So I'm getting that. Yes, you do have love coming. You're asking how long. I see a 6. I don't know if that's weeks or days. It does not feel like months at all. And they're giving me a no on the months, but I am getting a 6. So 6 days or 6 weeks. Are you going to some event in the next 6 days or in the next couple of days? Are you going to a Halloween party, or is there something that you're going to? Because I see you dressed up, but kind of in a theme dressed up. So are you going to some kind of event where you would be out and about in the public? Whoa, so excited. Okay. So I do see a relationship coming, but if you're going to some event in the next couple of days, then you're going to meet this person in the next 6 days. If not, then it's 6 weeks, but it is going to come before the end of 2022. And I see it do carry over to 2023 because they stretched 2023 out for me. And so that means it's going to carry over into 2023 and take you some time into 2023, but I don't know how far in. So definitely love is coming. Definitely put you back in the saddle. That's all I can get.
And you said to make sure I understood clearly, you
get back in the saddle.
You said it's going to come before the end of the year. Is that what you said?
Hallelujah! Hallelujah.
I-
Yes, she will be before the end of the year. That too.
Okay.
That too.
I just need the clarification there. You know, I just like say what?
Whoosh.
Alrighty then. Well, Rhea, sounds like you are going to definitely save a horse, and that's a good thing. Make him ride. Who knows? Maybe the man's name is Horse. I don't know. I don't know. If it's been 7 years, you may not need a horse.
Listen, I just heard Genuine song, My Pony Come Ride.
As long as it's not My Little Pony.
No. This is a big black stallion. This was a nice show, like a nice big.
Yeah.
This is a winner.
Now I was thinking that
This
little
is
song, My Little Pony.
This is what I missed. Like there's some new tricks and turns and flips and bloop. There's some new things in the last 7 years. There's a lot of new advancements in that area, and you're going to learn about them all. Like this person is not shy about their sexual adventures. That was the exact word I was going to say, but I thought it was a little too much. So yes, they are not very they're not shy about their adventures. They're like, come on, you either look, we grown.
Rhea, I think you maybe need
and I don't
do
know
some...
if you're into like handcuffs and stuff, but I do see like some handcuffs and chains. Like I don't want to be all in your bedroom like that, Rhea, but it's gonna get down and dirty over the.
Oh my goodness. We're gonna have to do some S&M hotline stuff here. I don't know.
Oh my word. She said we made her day, and I'm listen. If you haven't been invited to something, then you're going to be invited and go because I see you dressed up. But now I'm thinking because I saw you in a costume. I don't know, like maybe you were in your bedroom in a costume. I don't want to be in your bedroom like that, so I'm just gonna step back a little bit and tell you that the love is coming before the end of the year. And if you get invited to go somewhere, then go ahead and go. And it was a 6. I thought 6 weeks or 6 days. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Exactly.
My little pony, my little pony. Lord have mercy.
Crystal said because penis is on the way. It's coming. Pony Express. Like, let them know. Let them know it's coming. Like, yeah. So there you go.
Mark your calendar. Mark your calendar. And start doing some yoga.
You're gonna be a better person. Do you smoke cigarettes? Because you might need a vape pen, a fake cigarette, a candy cigarette. You're gonna be smoking something after the first session. Like, hello, like I didn't even know they was doing stuff like that.
Yeah, and start working on the yoga. Get the yoga poses because you're gonna need that stretching.
Hello, somebody, stretch.
Absolutely.
Just start walking a little bit. That'll maybe do some squats.
Absolutely. Before we go to the next one, folks, don't forget.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
Lacey Anthony, we're glad that you were led here. Please come back often. Please continue to comment and just sharing the good laughter and love that we have here going on. Somebody said Magic Mike. Linda said Marvin Gaye sexual healing, and Cindy said Magic Mike. Listen, watch Magic Mike. That might get the juices flowing.
Bow chicka bow bow. Bow chicka bow bow.
That's all I'm saying. Look up Magic Mike. You can go on YouTube and look up a Magic Mike video and be like, oh, okay, I see what they're talking about now. That's the kind of stuff you about to be into. That's all I'm just trying to say. Or watch some 50 Shades. It's getting a little risque in your energy. I'm gonna have to step out of that.
Say,
who's next, Tina? I feel a little bit exposed right now, Miss Rhea.
Gotta get a shower after this.
Oh my Jesus, or something. Do my ancestors? Okay, this is a little less sexual. Okay, what is your ancestors and spirit guides want you to know?
Hey, everybody, believe it or not, Angie talks to the spirits better than I do. So you don't have to just ask me. She's right there. Angie actually sees spirits better than I do. Lord have mercy.
Gosh, I had a thought and I totally lost it, but let me see if I can get it back. Because I read your question. Do my ancestors and spirit guides want me to know something? I keep hearing it's okay. And I feel like somebody's patting you on the shoulder saying it's okay. You just had a setback financially because they're showing me the queen, but they're saying that you weren't in control of the coin. You had a setback, like you had some unfortunate or unforeseen circumstances that cost you a great deal, and you've had a financial setback, and you're trying to figure out how to get it back, how to get back on track. This is planning. This is you thinking future forward. You're not stuck in the woe is me attitude, but you're trying to move forward and get out of this situation. So you weren't in control, as this is suggesting, but you're trying to plan to get back into that mode. So your ancestors are saying it's okay. You're going to move forward. You're going to get back on the train. Like you're going to get back on it, but it seems to be you by yourself. Like maybe you thought you had more help than you were because you're getting back on track. They showed me you getting on a train track, but it's not even a full train. It's that little platform where you kind of be pulling the lever up and down and it's just you. So it's the sweat of your own brow. It's you doing the work on yourself to dig yourself out of this hole. And you're wondering, well, how did I get into this situation? You don't see how you did it. It doesn't seem to be that you were frivolous or that you were just wasteful with money. It literally seems to be an unforeseen circumstance. Was there something to do with your house or repair that had to do with your house that cost you all this money? It's for the better. Whatever it was that caused you the financial setback, it puts you in a better position for whatever the issue was by getting it taken care of, but it puts you in a worse financial situation and you're trying to move forward. So they're saying it's okay. And there are steps that are being taken to get you there. So when they show me that Michael Jackson light up the sidewalk from that Billie Jean video where the sidewalk is lit up, that's them saying, we're mapping out the steps for you. It's divinely guided. You're on the right track. You're going where you need to be. It's okay. You will get your money back. Because now they're showing me like that purse, like you're holding the bag and you're getting your bag back. And then they're showing me money stacking up. So it is coming. It looked like it won't be till January. It'll still be tight. You'll still be working hard. I don't know if you picked up a second job or if that's what you're considering, because I see two jobs, two opportunities, like you're doing both of them at the same time. And you're really trying to get your money back up. And that's how I got it. And so they're saying, you are getting back on track. You are working hard. It is being acknowledged that you're working hard, but keep going in the direction that you're going because you are going in the right direction. Again, this was of no fault of your own, but they are putting you back on track. Is there a mothering spirit or a mother that would have stood next to you and maybe put their arm on your shoulder like they're standing here? So for me, that's the left side, that's the mom's side. There is a female, maybe shorter, like salt and pepper hair, like a tightly curled hair.
I was getting aunt energy.
Oh, maybe it's an aunt, but I do get like a mothering spirit, like somebody who coming in to say, it's okay. We understand. We are trying to help you out. Just keep moving forward. They're comforting you because you seem to be fighting to drop into despair because you just don't understand. Like, I did everything right. I did what I was supposed to do. How did I get in this situation? And it's literally not by your own doing. It's literally just a circumstance of life. Kind of like, I remember one time Don gave me a reading and it was just kind of like shit happens. Like, it's just, this is just how, you know what I'm saying, the circumstances that have come upon you, and you are still in a positive mind frame of going forward. And because you are being rewarded. But I do get like, he said a grandma. So I did get an older lady, but they're comforting you as a child. So this would be them seeing you still as a child and wanting to comfort you and let you know things are okay. Like maybe you got a bad grade or maybe you got a bad report card and mom was yelling and fussing and screaming. And this is them saying, you know what, you did your best. You're trying hard, you're working through, because they're showing me the 9 of Wands now, and that's resilience. That saying, don't stop. You're almost at the end. You're almost at the goal. Just persevere through this, press through this, and you'll be on the other side of it come 2023. But you will ride out the 2022 with a tight financial outlook. And then as you move forward, you'll start to build some more. But do you have 2 jobs? Because I see 2 jobs. So that's what I got, Don.
Wow, that was great reading. That was a lot of energy there too. A lot of maybe us laughing so much it helped raise the energy level. So because
Exactly.
a lot of energy flowed there.
Yeah.
It's interesting because when you were talking about the woman, I wasn't getting grandmother so much. I was getting an aunt, like the mother's sister, and there was something about the mother's sister, and I was just picking up that energy. So
and it could be.
Yeah, I don't know what the aunt, where the aunt fit in the picture, but there was something about the aunt. And so I don't know. It was interesting, but that's what I was like, wow, yeah. I love watching you work. I just sit there and like, oh my God, I'm in awe. I love watching you work. Next in line then, Kina. Who is next in line? Hopefully, Paula, that helped you. Next. Enchantress 505. Now that sounds like an S&M name, Enchantress. Oh, Lord.
Like she comes right out with a whip. My sister passed also. This is an older person, Paul, that I saw standing next to you. That was so if it wasn't an aunt, then it was a grandmothering energy, but they're just there to comfort you and let you know that it's okay and that you are moving forward with you're moving in the right direction. They just want you to know that they are there for you, and your prayers are being heard and being answered. So just persevere.
Can you tell me if I'm right about people coming against me still? You know, I'm not really getting an energy of that somebody's coming at you. I'm feeling. I wonder if part of that is something you're dealing with, and it's kind of a reflection. It's like you're mirroring or something. I don't know. I'm getting like, I'm not getting like somebody's coming at you so much as you're feeling persecuted. And I'm not taking away from your experience. I'm not taking away from what you're saying. But what I'm saying is I'm feeling like it's more of you feel persecuted, but like a persecuted thing, but it's not the actual situation. I'm feeling like, again, it's just because of your experiences and things that have led you here, that's what you're feeling. But I don't think that you are, again, I don't feel like they're coming at you. I just don't think that. So that's just what I'm getting, the feeling wise. Anything you pick up, Angie?
I got the word sensitive, like you're a little bit hypersensitive to the things that people are saying to you, even if it's like a constructive criticism, you're a little bit hypersensitive about it. And I don't know you personally, so that's just like when Don said, not so much persecuted as the way that you're receiving it. I saw the word sensitive, and so then I said, oh well, let me pull a card, and they told me to go to the Miss Cleo deck because that is like snatch the Band-Aid off. It no stinging. So it's just, true and fact. So I'm just gonna see if I can get a card for you. But I am getting receive it in the light that it was meant in, not that they're trying to be harsh or mean to you, but they're saying, consider both sides of the story. And I don't get that you're being overly rigid, just a little bit sensitive, and where people are not in agreement with you or don't see things your way, you're thinking like, oh, well, this person is persecuting me. And they're saying, just try to see both sides of the story. And you're very passionate. That's the word that they're using. You're very passionate about your point of view. And so sometimes it's, your passion is taken a little bit out of context. Like you really get hyped about things that you stand for. And so they're saying just try to see both sides of it. But I'm trying to get a card for you just to see as far as, are you right about people coming against you? They're just saying be a little bit more open to both sides of the story, and then consider, like, have a more level discussion instead of, kind of putting all your heart and your passion into it, because you are very, very, like, when you believe in something, you beat it, and you're not backing down. You're going to keep speaking and keep speaking and keep speaking. And so people may, have a distortion of who you are because you're so passionate about the way that you feel about certain issues. So I don't even remember that person being on the list, Keena. I mean, it's up to Don. I feel like I don't remember her name being on there within the last hour. So I feel like if we called your name 50 times and you didn't answer, keep it moving. But I'm not even getting a card. Am I through with my place? What? In that family? What the hell? Am I through? I don't understand your question. Am I through with my place in that family? Are you saying, are you through with your family and you should move on? Like, your energy is very chaotic and scattered. Like, I feel like there's a little bit of here, there's a little bit of here, and you're all over the place. Like, I can't hone in on one thing. It seems to be very chaotic. Don, you can go ahead if you're getting anything. I'm just trying to listen because I hear something in my right ear.
No, again, it goes back to what I was saying. I just don't think that I don't think that I just don't think that I think it's more of a you're feeling a bit persecuted, but it's not real. Not that it's not real. It's just that it's not being sent in the way in which you're receiving it. And so I don't think that there's malice. I don't think there's as much malice as your question seems to imply.
I'm not getting anything additional. I read your last comment, not mine, the family, I thought, and I'm just not getting anything from your energy. It's very chaotic and very scattered, and sometimes I just can't get in there. And at this point, after 3 hours, I'm not trying to probe into energy that's scattered and that chaotic. I'm just getting that. Yeah, I'm not getting anything, so I can't even advise you. And the cards didn't even give me anything, like not a single card popped out for you. So I don't know. The question that I get over and over is, why do you think this family is going against you? What are they doing that is making you go against them, or making you think that they're against you? Because they're making it seem like you could walk away at any time. Like, you don't have to keep being intertwined with whoever it is that you think is doing something to you. You can walk away at any time. They clearly showed me the 8 of Cups and you literally walking away. They put blame on you. Okay, I don't know. Is there a way that you can separate yourself from that family and move on? Like, I don't understand. It doesn't feel like there's a connection that has to be there. If you wanted to break the connection and move on, you could. That's how I'm getting it. I don't get that you have to stay connected to this family. You can move on at any time that you wanted to. So that's all I got. I don't get anything. You did walk away. Okay. I'm not getting any additional information, so that's all I got down.
Well, hopefully that helped you, Enchantress, and most importantly, it's it's all when you're dealing with people, just make sure that you're coming from a good place and give them a benefit of the doubt, and you may actually see a little may see things a little differently, or you may still see the same picture. But again, give people a little bit of the benefit of the doubt and open that lane for them in case that's what they want to do, and not have it as a personal situation. So, with that said, did we have one more, Angie, or are we done? I forget. I don't know.
Did she get the lady that Kina was asking about? Did we get her question?
Santra, are you still here? If you are, let us know. And also, if you are here, let us know your question, because I was looking for the question. I didn't find it. I think Kina was looking for it as well. So Santra, if you are still here, let us know you are here and let us know your question. And
something did come up while we were waiting on Santra. I got the judgment card for Enchantress, and they're saying that it's you're gonna get like, because they keep saying karma, you're gonna get back what you put out there. So if you put bad karma out there, that's what you're gonna get back. If you put good karma, you're gonna get it back. You're being called, and you're gonna get the justice or the judgment, or you're gonna get what is deserving to you, be that good or bad. You'll know whether you're good or bad. But then I also got the 10 of swords, and I got that you're laying down and letting them put these swords in you, like you just laid down and gave them your power away. So maybe you contributed a bit to some of the things that were going on, but there I'm getting that you're just laying down and giving your power away. You need to take your power away and walk away. So that may be finally where you are, where you're walking away. And then this is your judgment. You get the just due. You get exactly what you've been waiting on. You get that final thing in your favor. So that's what I got. And that's it for Enchantress.
Super.
And so, did we get the other lady's question?
Yeah. Yep. All parts of my life are in struggle right now. Job and love. Is there any hope of things improving?
They immediately showed me Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh. That that whole hum attitude where you're lost in that despair and like if something dropped, like if you drop something on the floor, you think it's the universe punishing you for something. Like you're in that mindset where everything is falling down, the sky is falling. That's kind of the attitude that you're in. And so you said all parts of your life is falling apart. Well, there's more to your life than job and love. There's also health, and there's your finances. So that can't be every part, because you didn't mention your health. So if you're in good health, that's one thing that you need to be happy about. If you're not, like if your finances are good, that's another thing that you need to be good, positive about. But I get that you're stuck in that ho hum attitude where the sky is falling, everybody is coming against me, or everything is falling apart. And what they're saying is, like, they literally show you looking back at your failures, at the things that have happened to you, and what you need to do is shift and look forward. You can't. You're praying for things to change, but you're looking back at how things have failed. You can't see where you're going if you're looking back. When you apply for a new job, you're like, well, the last job I didn't get it. I went on the interview, I didn't get the job, blah 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 blah. So you're looking at everything in the future in light of how it ended up in the past. And they're saying you can't live in both realities. You either have to move forward or you stay in the despair of the past. And so what they're saying is, please look forward and stop looking back. So you can't find a new job if you're always worried about the old job, or if you're thinking about how horrible it is or how bad it's been. Think about forward. Imagine the job that you want. What do you want to do? If tomorrow you could wake up and go do the job that you want to do, what would that be? You need to look forward at what you need to, at what you want. And they're showing me that opportunities are coming to you, but you're so negative about your outlook that you're like, I'm not even going to apply. I'm not even going to look into it. Do I want to go through all that work? And so you're looking at everything through the lens of the past. You're actually looking in the rearview mirror when the windshield, as Don says, is always bigger because you're supposed to be looking forward. So one thing, change your focus on the future and the positive things that you want in the future and not on the hurts of the past. That's the first thing I got. And so Don, you can go ahead.
I was kind of, I don't know. I was, I was just getting, I'm feeling a lot of, it's kind of like what you were saying. It goes back to what you were saying, Angie. It kind of ties back. And that is again, if you're, I just feel the energy around you is bad. The energy around you is bad. And that has infested everything that it touches. And so part of it is you having to change the narrative. You have to change the paradigm. You have to change that energy, and you have got to take control. One of the good things to do is affirmations. Start doing affirmations. The affirmation that we say over and over again, you should be saying it. And that is a very clear, I believe in infinite abundance. My wants and needs are always met. Again, you have got to start putting energy around you. You have got to start owning your energy and then directing it in a positive way, because I think it's such a bad energy around you that it is creating this feeling that you're getting everywhere else, and it does infest those things. So if I were you, I would be looking at ways to, again, change the paradigm, shift the paradigm, flip the script, whatever you want to say, and start focusing on how you can bring positive energy into your life. And even when things look dark, believe it or not, if you look for the positive, it's there. If you're looking for the negative, you'll find it too. I guarantee no matter what you're doing in your life, no matter what stage you're in your life, you will find both negative and positive. It's what you find that's a problem. So start looking for some of the positive, start celebrating the positive, start embracing the energy around you, understanding that you have control of that energy. So take that control of that energy, put this affirmation to work to your advantage, and start helping to flip the script. And most importantly, there's some negative people around you. There are some people who are chatting in your ear a lot and buying into your bullshit. Excuse my French. And again, they're helping you to stay in this spiral. They are not healthy for you. And you know who I'm talking to, you and talking about. And you don't need me to tell you who they are. You know exactly who I'm talking about. And she's a problem for you. You need to say, you know what? We need to have a break for a while, or put her on mute, like for a while, because the person I'm talking about is not healthy for you. And they're not healthy for your psychological situation.
Oh my God, Don, as you were saying that, I immediately got, you know, that it's okay for you to move. You can move on. You outgrow people. You don't have to stay in the same circle. So as you were saying that, they were like, tell her it's okay to let go, to move on, you don't have to stay friends with everybody forever. You can move on and outgrow that person. You can still be cordial, but you don't have to stay in that energy. There's people that I know that it's a, hey, how you doing? But we're not going to spend any time together because you're an energy vampire, or you put my focus in a negative spiral or in a negative viewpoint. And so what we're saying is, you know, recognize when there's an ending to a relationship. Not everybody's supposed to be in your life for forever. Maybe that season with that person is over. And so they're saying you're really waiting on the fruits of your labor. But what I'm getting, Spirit's not giving it to you because you're not in an atmosphere where you need to receive it yet. The reason you're not receiving it is because the people around you are not positive influences on you. So you're working hard and you're trying to be in a positive mindset, but the people around you are not really supporting that. And so you're not getting the prosperity because they're not the people that's supposed to go along with you. Not everybody's supposed to walk into your next season. Not everybody planted the seeds that you put in there, and they're giving me goosebumps on that. And they're saying there's a lot of people you need to drop in your next season, because if you want to get into that Queen of Wands energy, you see how she has all those hands on here. This is how I like her, because she's capable of doing everything, taking care of the family, going to work, being mentally and physically well and healthy. And they're saying if you want to get into this season, which is where you're headed to, you need to drop some of those people who are anchoring you down. As you walk into your next season, they can't all go because this is where you're going to the ten of Pentacles. And the Ten of Pentacles is that wish fulfillment. That's that money, that family, that house, that car, all the things that you want. This is what you want. This is what you're calling in, but you're not getting it. Literally, Spirit is telling me they're holding it up because the people that you're trying to take with you are not deserving. And if we give it to you, you're going to F it up. I always say, if I'd have met my husband 10 years ago, we probably wouldn't even be together now, because the person I was 10 years ago is not the person that I am mentally on the level that I am now. Like that person back there probably would have argued with you. Her point would have had to be right. She was very judgy. So the 10 years ago, Angie was not the person, would not have been a good wife, spouse. However, but this Angie has grown, has been through a lot of adversity and knows better, and has released people who are no longer who can't walk with me into my next season. So that's what they're saying. All of these things are coming to you. You need to know who to cut off and who not to take into your next season, because as long as you have them, you're not going to get any of this. It's literally here waiting for you, but you're not going to get it until you let those people go. And like Don said, you know who those people are. You've thought about it, but your loyalty is holding you to them, and you may need to just walk off. And it doesn't have to be an unpleasant ending. Just no more contact or move on, or just decline their offers, but you know how to do this. And until you do, you're not going to get any forward movement. So that's what I got.
Did she leave because I'm not getting Sandra, are you still here?
I had thought her down here say feeling like that now, because this is a Sandra lady, right?
Right.
So the last comment I saw was that she's feeling like that now, and then I didn't say anything else. So maybe it kind of hit home. Sometimes when you hit home, a lot of people, they're caught up in their emotions and then they can't really speak. So if you're still here, I hope that helped. And I hope that you understood what we're saying. Oh, yeah, she says I'm still here.
All right,
so
good, Sandra.
I hope that you understand what we're saying is that everybody can't go into your next season. Everybody can't level up. And you can't level up trying to pull everybody else up. You have to get there, get established, and then you can provide opportunities for them, but you can't drag them all along with you. Is how I got it.
Yeah.
So that's how I got it.
And Sandra, I see you. I see you looking down toward a girl and two boys. I'm guessing they're your children. And again, and the reason why Spirit's showing me you looking down, and again, I believe they're your children. There's a girl. It looks like a girl and two boys. But anyway, I see you looking down, and they're younger. They're kids. So my point is when you need to have when you need positive affirmation, when you need a positive influence, when you need to take a breather and appreciate life, look at those children. That's the thing. Look at those children and understand that nothing matters much. Some of this crap that's beating you down in your head is not as important as those kids and the benefit of those kids and their love and their unconditional love for you. And when you feel that, and when you embrace that as a reminder of putting things in perspective, it may help you to clear your mind and have a better feeling of where you're going, where you are now. Because again, sometimes we're so in the moment and we're so overwhelmed, and we have the people in our ears, the one I told you about specifically, who are trying to help us spiral down further. When you look at something more that has more of a footprint in your life and not a temporary, momentary kind of blip, you wake up and you realize, you know what? I can't believe I put all this energy into this little crap feeling I'm going through when I have these beautiful faces whom I have to take care of, and they are going to have my life. They're going to be imprinted with me, and I'm going to imprint my life on them. Do you see what I'm saying? So I don't know. Do you have three children? Again, I'm looking at just like a girl and two boys, and again, smaller people, not like they're not adults and they're not in their teens even, is what I'm getting. But that's the image I was given. So
what is the South Carolina collection or North Carolina? There's something about the Carolinas I'm getting. Is that where you are, or is that where you're trying to go? because I got a relocative, or I got I got Carolina, so I don't know if it's north or south. But what is the connection there? Are you trying to go there, or is that where you are and where you're trying to leave? Because I feel like you're trying to go, but everything that you're concerned with is holding you back. And if you release some of those people, you can move forward. And then I got the death card. So something is ending, but you still have the choice to make it because it wasn't the tower card, the death card. And look, I like the way that they do the death card because it's you pulling the inner you out. Like you're pulling out the inner you. You're, you know what I'm saying? You're dying. That outer you is dying so you can get the true inner you and pull that person out. So there's a death, not a physical death like somebody in your life is dying, but a situation is dying. And you have the control over when it ends and how it ends. So I like the death card because there's a distinct ending, but I can control that ending. She says Oklahoma, not, I don't have any connection to that, but to Oklahoma. I was getting South Carolina. I was getting the Carolinas. But you are trying to relocate. I'm getting a go for it. But all these things are pulling you back. Like it's like you're moving forward and you're fighting against all these things pulling you back. You literally just have to keep walking, and whatever bands are holding you will snap. So make your mind up that you want to go, and then let that be your focus. You're laser focused on other things, and they're saying focus on where you want to go. You want to go to Oklahoma, then make that your commitment, make that your focus. But relocation seems to be very much in your future. And she says, I have a little girl and a young grandkid. So maybe those were the other two kids that you were seeing.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And it's interesting, Angie, when you're saying that, I was getting I kept hearing this title song, Heads Carolina, Tails California. Heads Carolina, Tails California. So it's interesting.
Oh, see? So are you thinking about going to so Oklahoma, is that where you are, or is that where you're thinking about going? I have a love interest. Oh, you have a love interest. Okay. So this is clearly what they said. Make your decision based on your head, not your heart. Wherever you decide to go, relocate, make sure it's best for your unit, not for somebody else. What's the best decision for your unit? Make a head over heart decision. Like, don't be, don't let the penis be the power. So she says she's thinking about going, but head over heart. Don't let it be based on whether this person wants to be with me or not, or whether this person wants me to come there or not. They're saying definitely make sure it's what's best for your family as a unit. And if that's not what's best for your family, then think about something else. Like Don said, he heard Carolina or California. So make sure it's best for your family unit. That's what I got.
Yeah, and Sandra, I would do as much background work as I can. I would do as much research as I can. I would do everything I can to make sure before I make that move that it's a wise move. I'm not telling you what to do, but I am certainly trying to direct you to something that you need. You need to do your due diligence. You need to do a lot of work, because before you make that leap, really, please make sure you've checked anything and everything. Yeah, Oklahoma. I'll just leave it there. Good luck on that one. I hope everything works out for you.
Head over heart.
Mm-hmm. Big head over little head. Same thing.
Don't give the penis the power. That's all I'm trying to say.
Exactly.
Crystal, don't even come here and talk about you need a boo. You told us it's 500. So wait a minute, Crystal, was you trying to get us to come to Minnesota and it ain't really no men there? Because you said it was a whole bunch, and now you saying you need a boo. You had a boo. It's cuffing season. Cuffing season ain't almost over. Cuffing season go all the way through the winter to the spring. You don't shed your cuff until the spring flowers get to coming out. So it's still cuffing season.
And there was one thing that caught my attention that I needed to mention. That's Sabia Khan. Sabia Khan. I totally understand how most people think about the word soulmate, but that's a trigger for me. That's often a trigger for me. Angie knows it. She's like, oh, not here again. But I can't help it. when you say soulmate, again, understand soulmate is not the person you're going to necessarily marry and live with for the rest of your life. Soulmate means something very different. Soulmate is somebody who comes in and out of your lives, plural, in and out, and in different places. They may be your daughter at one point. They could be your son. They could be your father. They could be your next door neighbor. They come in and out of different lives. And so when you ask something about and on a soulmate, general reading, will things improve for me and on a soulmate? Again, that word, when you're working with somebody who is an energy worker, that word is so overused and wrongly used. If you're looking for somebody who will be your life mate, if that's what you're looking for, maybe use that word. But soulmate is not necessarily the person, because your soulmate could already be here with you, but they could be your best friend, because in this lifetime they're not meant to be your love interest. So again, understand what soulmate is. It's not just this fairy tale Hollywood thing. It is very different in real world. And I just need to do that because it's one of those triggers. I mean, it's like, I hope we'll eventually educate people enough to realize that it's not what everybody thinks it is. It's like, it would be nice that people really grasp the right concept,
Okay, I got two things. One, I looked up soulmate, and it says a person ideally suited to another as a close friend or romantic partner. So you're asking for your soulmate. We probably could see your soulmate, but it might be a best friend and not a romantic partner. And like Don said, what you really want is a life mate or your romantic partner. That's what you're really asking for, but you're using the word soulmate because that's what you've probably heard out in social media. So be very clear as to what you're asking, because if you ask me soulmate, I'm going to ask spirit soulmate, and then they're going to say yes. And then your best friend is there, and you're like, this isn't what I meant, because that's the word that you use. So be very careful with the terms that you are using.
Crystal said they're here for you, Angie. Come get one.
She said, I went out on a date earlier this evening and almost fell asleep. You think that's what I want, a nap? I can take a nap by myself. And it's cold. Don't be trying to fool me. Let me look up the temperature in Minnesota, because I think you be trying to fool me, Crystal. Trying to get me to come there. And then it'd be like 2 degrees.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy.
Oh, it is 42 degrees right now. I cannot even enter your state at this time. It is just too cold. And you in that cold part where if it's 42, it's like for real 42. Like, no, I can't even come to your state right now until it thawed out. Until it thawed out, I can't.
But for that state, Angie, for that state, isn't that a heat wave?
Exactly. She said, I'm killing her with them temps. Look, I can't live in the 42s. And y'all got the nerve to have the sun out and it's 42 degrees. That ain't even warm. That's like a toaster oven. That ain't even hot enough for me. I need a for real 500-degree oven. And no, that's too cold for me. I can't do it. She said the high was 65. The high. That's the highest the temperature got today.
No, tell us that in December, in the middle of this. No, better yet, at the end of January, tell us what your temperature is. It will not be 65, I assure you. I will assure you it will not be. 65 again would be a heat wave in January. Yes. That ain't happening.
Crystal, dang, you already had a date today? I mean, dang, maybe I do need to come. You do seem to have a variety of people. Maybe we could do speed dating on Zoom or something. Just line up all the people that you say are there, and we could do Zoom speed dating or something. She said -12 in December. No, thank you. Actually, I don't even see negative temperatures. When I see them, that means no. That means do not go there. Abort the mission. No.
Oh, Lord. Well, I think we kind of we went through it all today. But the questions were all over the place. It was actually a good variety of questions, not any one specific strain. It was like,
it wasn't overly weighed down with general questions. Sometimes now we get general. Y'all was asking us questions all over the map. You wanted to know your past, present, future, your life mate, your ancestors, your test scores, your SATs, ranking. I was like, Jesus, people.
even their shoe sizes. Oh Lord! So for those
Exactly. It was a good day though, Don.
exactly for those of you who have not yet subscribed on Angie's YouTube page, please go over there and subscribe on her YouTube page. And if you're on Angie's side, please subscribe on mine, because when Angie goes live on Sunday, you're going to want to be there, because she has probably Alicia or at least Sherry Berry, one of the two, if not both.
Okay. So Alicia can't make it because she going to homecoming, and down south homecoming. So she not gonna be there. But as far as I know, Sherry Berry will be there. Kate has agreed to join us. And I want to say it's one more person. Keena will be manning the chat, and me. So maybe that's it. Oh,
No,
affirm. Kim will be there.
Oh, Kim.
Y'all better tune in, because this is the first time y'all gonna see Kim. And Kim, she powerful. So Kim is gonna be here on Sunday. So Kim and Kate and Kim, listen, I might just sit back and watch them work, because Kate ain't no joke. She was in class yesterday and she was hot and heavy with it. Like, them spirits was coming in, that info was coming in, and she was not playing. Crystal said she'll be in the comments. Crystal should have her cards by then, so hopefully she'll be pulling some cards and doing some readings in the comments too, so she can get ready for her close-up.
Her debut.
Exactly.
Exactly.
After your last reading for me, Angie, I have lots of questions about that. Others have the benefit of your. Oh, what did I say? I don't know. Oh, it was about the nephew. Wasn't that it? The nephew was going to wanted to move with her, and we were saying that she needed to make. Oh, I know exactly, that Miss Linda needed to make the decision. Because it was weighing on her. It was a head over her decision, and it was really pulling on her heart, and that the nephew or somebody wanted to move with her, and she had decided to stay in California. Oh, grandson. I do remember, Miss Linda. I remember now. I had to go back into my Rolodex of information, and I did say Rolodex, like.
Your birthday is flashing right over your head now, the years. It's like Rolodex. Okay.
Exactly. My friend told me that my age shows when I do this for the phone, because that's our generation. The kids now, their phone would have been like this, because it would have been a cell phone, so it would have been like this. And I still do this, and she said that shows my age too. That's wisdom.
Linda says that he does want to live with her.
Exactly. So she says she has a lot more questions. So what was your, okay, Miss Linda, you can send me your questions and we can do a one-on-one, or you can, I don't know, come back Sunday or tomorrow. Donna be here tomorrow.
Absolutely.
That's all I got, guys.
Well, thanks everybody for popping in, for joining us this evening. We truly appreciate it. I have to do rotary phones.
So if she trying to show people she on the phone, that's how she do it.
Exactly. Remember Lily Tomlin? A 1 ringy dingy, a 2 ringy dingy. And then she's like, hello, have I reached the person who I'm speaking to? It's like, she was so funny.
But that's the thing, Don. I went through all the phones. I can still remember that phone. I can remember that because my mom had one of those old school kind that you kind of sit down on the hook, the fancy kind. So she had that. Then I remember the do where you push the button when we upgraded to that. And now I remember the cell phone. So I went through all of those little phones.
Yeah. Yep. Things. I remember you do the, like, you shh, and then go shh. It was like, it was so
7, 8, 9 took you a long time. 7.
Yes.
8.
Exactly. And I also remember the little Princess phones, the ones that were like the little shell, and it kind of sat inside the other one, because there was the regular one with the big square, but then there was like called the Princess, and it was a phone with the phone. You pick up this part, and then in the phone itself, and the handle would be the numbers, you know.
Kind of like an egg or something. Yeah, when you pulled it apart, or a football shape. Yes, I remember those.
They called it the Princess phone.
And my friend said those phones back in the day was heavy. You could knock somebody completely out with that phone.
Hell
done.
yeah.
Over.
Linda said there was a show I'd seen and they gave teens from today a rotary phone and they couldn't figure it out. You know, my son, we were at an antique store. My son saw it and said, "Dad, what's that?" And I'm like, "It's a phone." He's like, "No, that." And I'm like, "That's a phone." And he'd never had, even in the old movies, he never saw that, you know? So he didn't,
I
Michael.
think my sister made reference to a VCR, and my niece was like, "What's that?"
Yep, crazy, right? Lord have mercy. Still remember those things, but
I am
that's all I
not
can
that
say.
old, people. Do not play me. But
I will be
am
that old on
old,
Friday.
people.
I will be that old on Friday because that's my birthday.
Well, how old will you be, Don?
59.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 59.
I would not have guessed that. You have such a young, vibrant spirit. Like you're so upbeat and but you do know a lot of information. So, but I don't think I would have guessed 59. Definitely. If anything, it would have been the low 50s, like 50, 51, somewhere in there. If I would, yeah, I would have at least said 50, but I would have thought like 51, 52.
And
You're
the check
like, that
is
was
in
a
the mail.
while ago.
The check is in the mail, Angie. I pay her to say this. Lord have mercy.
Oh my gosh.
Somebody
Don
said,
said, Linda said you a young one.
Linda, you're come on, Linda, you're not much older than that yourself. Please give me a break. You know, Linda, yeah, it's funny. How I won't ask how old, Linda, because it's kind of rude, but I don't think you're much older than me. I'll put it that way. So,
Well, Jen 1427, Don, you're on Don's page. He'll be live in the morning at 7 a.m. and you can get a birthday reading. But I would advise you to be there promptly at 7 a.m. because the chat fills up fast with him and Shauna. And so come on tomorrow. She says she's 69. Oh.
really? Well, talk about looking good for your age. For any age, you look great. I would never.
Exactly. Miss Linda, you look good for 69.
And you need to work that age, by the way. 69. You need to be working that
Hey,
age.
I didn't want to say nothing. I was just like, oh, okay.
I had to go there. I had to go.
That,
I'm the
that,
one that keeps telling her I'm going to put a man on
That's
her.
an important age. That's an important age. Listen, Miss Linda, a lot of stuff has changed.
Mhm.
What time zone? Oh, Lacey, the time zone is 7 a.m. West Coast time. So that would be Pacific Standard Time, and then 10 a.m. East Coast time. So that's what time Don will be on in the morning. And Jen, if you're on in the morning, Don will be here and he can give you a birthday reading. You can get something really special for your birthday.
There you go.
And then Miss Lacey again.
The list in the morning closes quite quickly. It did. The
So
folks pop
definitely
in.
be there promptly at 7. And if you're subscribed to his page and my page and Shauna's page, you'll get a notification because there's many opportunities throughout the week for you to get a reading if you're subscribed to all pages. So make sure.
Absolutely. And before we go, one more time, because it's coming up, for those of you who I won't see until after, till next week, then this is for you from Angie and I. You know, I must tell you, of all the videos I've made, to me, this is my favorite.
I love it. I always say the music is great. The ghost, did you have to add that in there or was it a part of the thing that you found? Because
No,
I like those too. It all fits together so good, Don.
yeah, no, and you can add certain things, certain features in there, and take fences away and stuff. It's pretty cool. It's amazing. It's amazing. So yeah, that's my
Crystal
favorite.
said the list closed after 5 minutes, so you better be there when you get there.
It does tend to go close quickly. It truly does. So, well, with that said, again, everybody, thank you so much for popping in. It's been a great night, and like I said, back in the morning. Angie's back here on Sunday at 3 West Coast. That's 6 East Coast. And again, you'll love the folks she's with. High energy and very skilled at what they do. And remember, if somebody sends you something and says she's from ofA5Says, look closely at what they're saying, because again, we don't come to you and we don't ask you to send us money or readings. We don't do that. The only time that we ask for anything is if you reach out to us and arrange something privately, then we do it. But otherwise, what we do here, free of charge, and we do it because we love doing it. So be careful about these scammers. Please don't let them bite you.
Listen, I barely can man this command center when I'm in control of it. So I definitely ain't reaching out to you and asking you for nothing. You want me to go deeper into technology and ask you personally to contact me? No, thank you. If you want to contact me, you can go to my website, but I'm not reaching out to you. I barely can man this chat. And I can't even do that when Keena be like, I got to go pick up Kimora. I'll be like, look, Kimora need to walk across the street because I can't do this when you leave, Keena. Just no thank you.
Exactly. Yeah, they're clever and they keep coming in. But when you see them, like Linda said, block them and report them. The best thing you can do is block them and report them, because you can't try. They're just sad. It's just frustrating, And the funny part is Angie and I've talked about this before. Anybody can get on here and do this. You can click that button on Facebook and go live. Why they need to
anytime? So why would you come in on somebody else's page? Yep. But you know what? I had a friend who she was, watching all kinds of sites like that, and somebody got her like that. They, inboxed her and said, oh, I was drawn to you. She paid for a reading, and then they told her she had a curse. And then the next thing was, you need to pay to get the curse lifted off you, because that's what it is. It's just a money scheme. Oh, I'm drawn to you. Oh, I see a curse. Oh, if you pay me this, I'll remove the curse. No, don't believe the hype.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Hi, Cynthia. Is that our Cynthia, or is that a different Cynthia?
No, that's not our Cynthia.
Oh, that's not our Cynthia. You can get a free reading tomorrow. You're on Don's Sonoran Mystic Tarot page. So Don will be on in the morning, 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time or 10 a.m. East Coast time. We have been on for almost 4 hours, so we are ending this. But if you want to get a reading from Don, he will get it. I'm not even about to read that long post about Danny, but Don, that'll be your first reading tomorrow. I love reading.
She won't have to, because she says, will he contact me tomorrow? It's like, well, you'll know tomorrow. That's good, Cynthia. If they knew me, they wouldn't be drawn to me. Lo, that's true. That's funny. It is true. There's certain people that if they actually knew me, they wouldn't be doing that. That's for sure. Are you still reading the same question?
It's such a long question. There's so many.
Yeah.
Well, if you deleted him, how's he gonna contact you? Like, are you using common sense, honey? Miss Cynthia, if you deleted him from everything, how is he gonna contact you? And you cussed him out. Do you really want to? Like, look, my spirit guides are like, what do you want? Do you want him to contact you, or do you not? Like, they're like, are you 18, honey? Because I'm getting a very young spirit from you. Because when people say Snapchat, I think like under 20. Because I don't know a lot of older people who use Snapchat. So if you're saying Snapchat, I'm thinking that you're in your teens and that this is a little kid thing and that this isn't anything serious. And yeah, I'm not even gonna probe into it. Good luck tomorrow, Don.
And so Salua, Hajarar, whatever, you caught us a little late, buddy. You could have come in sooner and been an obnoxious ass, but you kind of got late. So all I'm going to say is bye-bye to you, because hello, we don't need your mess. Thank you, whoever your name is. I don't know. Jesus Christ. So Salu Hajarad. Did you see it? Not Taruju or something? Anyway.
Miss Cynthia, let it go, honey. Just don't even. No, he's not gonna contact you. But I do see you reaching out to him because you are a little bit obsessive, and I do see you reaching back out to him. Even though you cursed him out, you're gonna reach back out to him. So I don't see him reaching out to you, but I do see you reaching out to him.
Yeah, you reacted too quickly, and you're gonna be upset that you reacted that way. But again, it's running on emotion, running on heat. You didn't use logic, and
Yeah.
you're
Literally, you said Snapchat, and I immediately thought millennial under 20. This is something that you guys do. Friend to unfriend, don't friend or friend. Listen, you unfriend me, I don't even know it. You know why? Because I don't care. I literally do not care. You don't want to be my friend, I don't want to be your friend.
I tell people, I don't know if you saw it, Angie, but and you may even, if you did, you know, you can confirm it. I tell people on my Facebook page, I'm like, you all want to leave because it's political season, and I'm going to get hot with political season.
And
So
I
I don't
have
care if
read that, and I love being on your page. And I have another friend named Kevin. I love political season because y'all be like, oh no. And I'll be in the comments like, well, what did he say? What did they say? Ooh, did you see what Don said? Like, I'll be in there. So listen, I'm not a person who's, like, oh, I deleted you up. Like, that's not a big deal for me. If you deleted me, then you deleted me. That's fine. That's not a big thing. That's really pretty much a millennial thing that you guys must be going through. But again, I don't see him contacting you, but I do see you contacting him because you'll sleep on it and you'll be in the morning just pining over it and, oh, I miss him and, oh, I want to talk to him. So I do see you reaching out to that person, but him not reaching out to you. He won't even get a chance to because before the night is over, you'll be reaching out to him.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Hey, we have our first Twitch person tonight. It's interesting. We had no Twitch people until just now. Welcome in JVL, sorry. That's the first Twitch person all night. That's funny.
Oh, wow.
We used to get Twitch a lot, remember? But it just really died
that's
off.
where we used to get Guko from all the time.
Yes,
she was on Twitch, and that's where we found Miss Linda at. I think, isn't that where Miss Linda found you at?
Or
and then
Creating
she
Balance.
moved over, or Creative. They found you on there, and then you went to. Then they went to your other page.
Yeah, I think it was Creating Balance found us
regulars on Twitch.
Yep, absolutely. I first came in on Twitch tonight. Oh, okay, good. Okay. Yeah. So there you go.
There you go. But Miss JBL, Don will be back on in the morning. We've been on literally 3 hours and 54 minutes. So Don will be back on at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time or 10 a.m. East Coast time. And so if you want a reading, then Don and Shauna will be back tomorrow. So tune in tomorrow and you can get a card or a psychic or whatever Don conjures up tomorrow.
But also go over to Angie's Twitch page and make sure you're on her Twitch page as following, because on Sunday she's back as well, and you can always come back and have a reading with Angie as well through Twitch or from YouTube or Facebook.
Or Twitter. I'm on Twitter too. Like it goes like, and it actually goes live the whole time, Don. Like I didn't know if they would do the whole video, but when when we come out and I go on Twitter, it's the whole 2 or 3 hours, the whole video. You can watch it.
You know, it's funny. I've been doing Twitter for a while now, right, with these videos, but I've never went back to look. I need to actually do that.
I went back to my page and I saw that it's an actual video. And it's the whole thing, the whole 3 hours. Because sometimes when you upload to different sites, they'll cut it. And this one, it's live and it goes the whole time. And then when it ends, it shows the whole 3 hours. Like you can go back and watch the whole thing.
Nice.
And then Restream even is on there. And so I shared on Restream the days that we are live. Right. I went to the Restream page and then shared because they give you all kinds of tutorials on there too. If you follow Restream, they tell you how to do all kinds of stuff. And I said, well, Don already does that. So that's something that I don't know how to learn, but it was how to embed or how to put a video in your live stream. But they give you all kinds of tutorials on there if you want to follow and find out.
I didn't know that. I have to record that because I have to follow them because I didn't know they did that. And I love learning new secrets about how to use it even more. Yeah. It's a robust system. It's perfect.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. Yeah. All they need to do is get IG to integrate, and we're in there.
Exactly. That's the holdout right there is Instagram.
And I don't understand why we can't, because I see people going live on Instagram for 2 and 3 hours. So I don't understand why it's such a big thing that we can't go or it won't connect.
Yeah, I think Instagram keeps their code very tight to the vest. And that's probably what it is they won't release that information to allow connectivity. And Angie, look, bump.
11:11. That's a good thing.
I think on that note, we need to go.
Bye. See you
Adios,
all
everybody.
tomorrow. I'll be in the chat tomorrow, Don. Bye, Crystal.
Bye.
Bye, Linda. And everybody else who's still here.
Bye-bye, everybody. Dun, 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 dun.